everyone. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Slime. Welcome, it's Slime time. I hope you've had a good time. Hope you had a wonderful Mother's Day weekend.
Yeah. It was nice.
Yeah, I had a fun weekend too. Besides the 6.5 one-way hour drive, I felt pretty good. Dude, I think it was the drive, like right below my knee and above where my shin is, that is aching. And yeah, I think I just needed to let it rest and walk around and stuff like that. But you know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm going out and I'm doing stuff and I'm being active. So
yeah,
there's that. Good news, guys. Recordings for the Konosuba one shot begin this week. As in, I will start taking people who have been cast in that and letting them record today or tomorrow. Actually, I'm trying to find my hat. Where did it go? What did I do with my hat?
That's a good question.
That is a very good question. While we're busy with that, keep everyone entertained real quick.
Okay. A friend let me borrow their Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Complete or Ultimate Collection Volume 1. It's pretty cool. I have to read through it.
You can't do it with a fucking mustache. Oh my god.
Too much chin fuzz. Well, chin and face fuzz. I also got to borrow The Last Ronin Lost Years, but I think it has some spoilers on the front, so I won't show the cover of this one. But it's nice. Wow. Okay. That's pretty cool. You can entertain.
Holy cow, that's a big old book.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Speaking of books, really quickly, if you have not read the first one, highly encourage you to read Dragon Mama. Book 2.
Oh yeah, that's right. The one we were talking about yesterday or last time.
Book 2 came out 2 days ago. Came out on the 11th. Nice. So I'm gonna read that eventually. I have been listening to the audiobook for T-Bait. If you don't know what that is, it stands for The Beginning After the End. Written by a Korean... I don't know if they're Korean American, but they live in DC. So, maybe. Written by Turtle Me. Turtle Me. Because we weren't talking enough about turtles before the show. You know?
I do like that.
Anyhow. I mean, TURTLE power. Huh?
Blue turtle is best turtle.
Blue turtle is best turtle?
Talking about Squirtle?
No.
Squirtle is blue turtle.
No. He's talking about Tower of God, and I still gotta disagree with you. Original turtle is best turtle.
Turtle.
I prefer the black turtle.
Isn't that Bam? Isn't Bam the black turtle?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Well, black turtle is best.
Black turtle.
Black turtle is best turtle. I'm gonna have to disagree with you. Even Kun would say so. Even Blue Turtle would admit that Black Turtle is best turtle.
Yes, but Blue Turtle sees through everything.
No, he does not.
He was the best character, honestly. Fucking loved Alligator.
Yeah.
Rack is awesome. I'm so happy.
Such a straightforward character.
Sometimes those are the best ones.
I need to go back and rewatch Tower of God sometime soon. It's gonna be so worth it.
For the next season.
Dude, we've only got a couple months.
So
July.
You remember what I said when I finished watching it?
Yes. Here's another thing.
Still hold that sentiment.
Here's another thing. Here's another thing, guys. I want you all to understand. The first 2 episodes for the new season of My Hero Academia finally came out, and the first episode for Demon Slayer finally came out. The new Demon Slayers arc. Yeah. It's a 40-minute episode.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a lot of animation.
Glad I know that before going in.
I still need to catch up on a lot. I'm bad.
So, yeah, it's good stuff.
I haven't watched my anime.
Oh. Also, it was funny. Richie, you know how you talked to me about getting the backstory in One Piece for the Nolan guy? Yeah. That night, I was like, all right, I'm going to watch some One Piece. That was the first thing that happened. So, like, you knew exactly what I was about to watch.
Yeah, I was like, I can't believe you're not there yet. You should be there. You should have watched that. And literally, all right, so there we go. We got the backstory on Nolan. You understand the Shandians. you know their history and stuff. So now it's all making sense why the bell is so fucking important, especially to a descendant of Nolan sitting down there. So once again, in the One Piece live action, in the East Blue arc, in what I would consider the prologue, even though it's season 1, when Zoro is in his recuperation sleep, his hibernation, if you would, Nami is literally reading Nolan the Liar to him. That's fucking detail right there. It's great.
Apex world building.
It is. It's so good. I mean, let's be honest. Oda wrote one hell of a lived-in world. Oh
my god.
Also, I think we should just do a podcast at this point that is literally just us shitting all over the Anime News Network writers when they try and review episodes of stuff.
Yes.
Like, we should just sit down. Like, I'm gonna be like, okay, this person wrote this hot take about this series and those episodes in this series. Let's just watch this series real quick and see how many holes we can poke in this, because clearly they're not paying attention. They did a review on like 3 episodes of Slime, and they missed very, very important key details that were explained in the episodes they were covering. This isn't light novel bias or manga reader bias. This is shit that was literally in those episodes. And we had a thing. Oh, by the way, just to explain, Shim, you did not miss solo leveling last night. We did Anime Church.
Yeah, they told me that, so that's cool. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, we'll pretend we did it for Shim. Yeah, we told. That's
Thank
it.
you.
That's it.
It was nice,
guys.
though.
Let's take the biggest W. We totally did it for Shim.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah, 100%. We are such gracious people. Yeah.
Yeah.
It has nothing
Thank
to
you.
do with
I
we didn't
appreciate
want
it.
to. Has nothing at all to do with the fact that we didn't want to cover double the news next week.
That's fair. I feel like you guys would have had a lot to cover.
Oh, we had a lot to cover this week.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah. So imagine
Yeah,
adding twice that
it
much.
took a while.
Fuck.
It would have been like 4 hours of anime news.
To be fair, though, nobody had anything like majorly important to do later on in the evening, so it was nice that we could do that. You know, it just kind of worked out. It kind of worked out because I was like, yeah, if we do Anime Church, not to mention because we were doing Anime Church later in the evening, we got more of a crowd showing up for Anime Church.
Yeah. And
That's
also,
good.
I did kind of enjoy that we decided, okay, we're not doing suits right now because
We're not dressing up because this is not.
We had to change and do everything different. Yep.
That's a lot.
And then B, we changed everything we said.
Oh, so then he went
I
back in the
love
suits.
that. That was so great.
No, we
Good.
did not go back to suits. We changed everything we said. We in our
okay,
intro,
gotcha.
instead of I'm the Minister of Science and Technology, it's like I'm not the Minister of Science and Technology right now. So our introductions were
And I'm,
completely the opposite. Yeah.
Yeah.
Moon is just a
Gotta
guy
mix
that
it up
likes to
every
play
once in a while.
Pokemon, you know? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I do too.
I really like Pokemon.
instead of being the Minister of Archaeology.
Yep.
And sadly,
And, Fenris, what was it you said?
Fenris did not have alcohol this time.
Oh,
No. Yeah,
Sad.
but what did you say? What did you say? I forget.
Hi, I'm Fenrir Sarun, and I'm addicted to Gundam.
Can't remember.
that is.
Instead of
That's what
patron
it was.
saint of Snackos, it's I'm
got
addicted
the
to
damn
Gundam. It's
truth.
great. Just call us all out, why don't we? All right, guys. Once again, speaking of books,
Oh, if I were a Tau player, I could say I'm addicted to Gundam, but British.
if you go
am.
if you go online and you purchase your
I'm
book
both
through
of
the
those,
legitimate means, such as Amazon or Bookwalker, please make sure to leave a review and let them know we sent you. Believe it or not, it helps us with possibly getting ads
Links in the chat.
or sponsorship. Sorry,
sponsorship?
sponsorship.
Mhm.
No, advertisers. We would be advertisers.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
but it literally
We would
helps
be
us.
The ads, technically.
Yeah, we would be the ads. And let's face it, we're probably better at doing it than most of the ads you kind of groan through that you have to sit and watch if you're not subscribed. By the way, subscribe to the channel so you don't have to
Lord
deal with
VPN.
ads.
Please.
Anyhow,
Oh, you don't have to deal with the ads for us being our own ad.
Yeah, we're kind of our own ad. We put the ADD in ad. Oh man, I'm just math is math.
Yeah.
Is it though?
When did they change math? Math is
fish.
math. 1 + 1 is hot dog. 1 + 1 is 1 on a bun.
And isn't 2 + 2 fish?
That's what he
Two
just
rights
said.
make
Yeah.
left.
3 + 3 is
Yeah.
8.
Well,
7 + 7 is a triangle.
absolutely. Spit your facts, my man.
That makes sense.
9 + 9 is 69. Nice.
Nice.
There we go. All right, here we go.
6 + 6 is 1 off from being the devil's number.
Oh,
Why not add another 6?
669.
So I have to
Hail
ask you, Moon.
Satan! Hail Satan!
I have to ask you, Moon. Does 6 + 6 equals oatmeal raisin cookies?
No, it's just another 69.
Absolutely.
It's just
The
69.
devil's cookie.
It's just 69 squared.
Oh.
Okay, anyway.
Nice squared.
9 + 9 is fellatio.
But how do you get a turn 69 into a 96? Someone farts.
Oh. That's not fun. Well,
Thank you. Thank you.
I think Fen is dying.
That's so stupid. God.
What a gas.
No, oh my god, okay. Here's the thing. You want to talk about stupid dad jokes, okay? This is one I heard on another channel. I cannot take credit for it. The delivery was what sold it for me because the guy was laughing so hard he could not say the punchline.
Oh. What was it?
He goes, "What's another phrase for coming inside a woman?"
Don't know.
Loading the dishwasher.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It took him 3 minutes to get to the punchline because he was laughing so hard at his own fucking joke.
Honestly, I don't think you want the credit for that joke.
No, you don't. It's terrible.
Oh,
it's terrible.
No.
I don't want that coming out of my mouth.
Just imagine the next time.
God.
Okay, Moon. The next time your balls deep in your boyfriend, just be like, "I'm loading the dishwasher."
Huh? I'm confused.
I'm gonna be real here. The way things are going, it might end up that I'm the dishwasher, in which case would be all like, "I'm cleaning everything out."
Oh, I see.
Let me turn it to the rinse cycle. Give it a wash.
There you go.
This is a sub sandwich scenario.
A
Interesting.
sub sandwich scenario.
Yeah, interessante.
Oh my goodness. Well, that's I don't know, man. That seems pretty riable.
Crusty.
No, he's
Sure
already
to wash
recorded. All right, guys. That's just call me Mr. Clean.
That's pretty good.
We need to check on your pipes.
He's not a plumber.
Plumber.
Oh.
Or even better. Here's the thing. Hold on, see how long you can stay on the ride, and just whisper into their ear. Well, we're the Mario Brothers, and plumbing's
The brothers, the gang.
The game.
See how long you can just hold on and ride that bull.
I think I would die immediately.
Oh.
We're the Mario Brothers,
Oh,
and plumbing's a
no,
game.
you
We're
have
not
no
like the
idea.
others who
I
get
would-
called the fame. When your sink is in trouble, you can call us on the double. We're faster than the others. You'll be hooked on the brothers to the bridge.
That's what happens. I saved that for round 2.
Thank you, Mario Brothers. The only thing
Fucking
that you haven't
guys,
gained is
Guys,
bank account.
guys,
Alright.
there's so many things. There's so many things you could say in the moment to just be like, hold on and see how long you can stay on that bull. You know?
It would be a
As messed up as this is, holy
a
shit!
very hard ride.
Indeed.
If anyone has ever
That's what
doubted
she
the
said.
whole doing math to last longer thing, It works. It works. When you start sitting there going through your 5 times tables, or worse, going through the 5's timetable song from Schoolhouse Rock just to get a few extra seconds in.
Or better yet,
50, 20,
or
25,
better,
30,
no,
35, 40.
no, it's not just that. It's not just that. It's also, sometimes you gotta have fun with it. You know, those times you're hitting her from behind and then you just lean down and you whisper into her ear, it's free real estate.
And then she just
Just try to see, see how long you can hold on before they throw you off, you know? Yeah. Or even better, if they start laughing uncontrollably,
that is
while going, oh my god.
Wait.
Let me just tell you,
getting down there,
guys. Let me just tell you, in that moment of laughter,
mm-hmm.
I mean exactly what I say here, and some of you are going to be like, but the juice is worth the squeeze.
The juice.
I mean,
because if you've ever
don't look like this.
If you've ever been on the inside of a laugh fit, it's pretty comfortable.
Interesting.
Okay.
Yeah. Dude,
I wouldn't know.
The whole thing about trying to get somebody to like throw you off, that's just fun. Please let the partner know that at some time you're going to try this. It's like, hey, I'm going to say something stupid. You're going to try and throw me off. That's the point. I'm going to hold on to the bull. I'm on the PBR. I'm lasting 8 seconds, okay? Before you throw me off. I'm going to see how long I can ride this bull. That being said, you can also do the other one where it's like, hey, I'm going to say something to make you laugh or giggle uncontrollably because I just want to know how it feels.
I would do that too.
Yeah.
Just like before we do it, it's like, I need to make you laugh, okay?
No, not before. Not
nice,
before.
though.
It's like, hey, I've got a thing that I want to try out. Because that's literally how I did it. I was like, I got a thing I want to try out. And they were like, and I was like, no, nothing weird. Just while we're doing this, I'm going to say something that's going to make you laugh. Like, you're going to have a giggle fit, and I need to just keep your pelvis right where it was.
Your pelvis.
Yeah.
Good.
That's not what I said, but I'm trying to be TOS friendly.
Yes, obviously.
Yeah.
What part of this entire conversation has been TOS friendly?
Everything!
All of it. We have said nothing to get us any age restriction or anything.
Look, if you don't understand what I mean, ask Project Melody. She most likely knows what we're talking about.
More than likely.
And you don't even have to ask her on Twitch. She has
on her other streams. I will ask her.
Yeah, you can go to Orange YouTube and ask her.
Orange.
No,
Yep.
she's
no,
not
technically, wouldn't that be Orange?
No, she is
Twitch?
still on. She is technically on Orange YouTube. She doesn't make content on Orange YouTube. That doesn't mean other people don't upload to Orange YouTube.
That's true.
No. Do you know what I mean when I say Orange Twitch? Because it's live.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
And it is orange.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. That having been said, guys, it's time for us to get started.
Mm-hmm.
Woo!
The reason I was late, guys, is because I finalized the casting for Konosuba and I was talking to our Aqua. And we were finalizing the voice and also talking about the character and things like that and having fun and being silly. And oh my god, I can't wait. I cannot wait. So, yeah, just so you know, casting has been officially completed. If you are on the Fat Dog Patreon, I'm about to update the cast list completely. I'm very surprised.
Cool.
I mean, to be fair, nobody has actually, I don't think anybody's actually seen it because I didn't make a post saying, hey guys, I posted something new on Fat Dog's Patreon. It's, yeah. Okay. So officially fully cast. I just cast Chris/Eris. So okay, cancel. And then we go. And there's new info too on a specific thing. But yeah. Okay. Notifications. That having been said. Okay, so there is somebody that liked our... There is at least one like on the Konosuba Abridged script.
Very good.
Yeah, it's the script though, not the cast, which is different. Yeah, the cast is. Yeah.
It's different.
It's different.
Yeah.
All right, I want to try to make you laugh to see if I can. If you silly, yes. That's. I mean, that is very literal. That's literal. To yeah, it's literal, or clitoral, as you might say. I love you, Mom. Gay? Sorry, I have your dad already. It's like, what? No. This is the best text I've ever seen. Hi, sorry if this is weird, but are you one of the people who hate me? Why? Oh my god, not weird at all. Yes, I am. Heart. Fucking.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's got big Pete Mickey energy.
Yeah. That's great.
Do you have another enemy? No, Pete. I hated you since the first day we met.
Oh my god.
You're the worst.
I mean, not wrong.
Yeah.
Not wrong.
Yeah.
Also, Richie,
yes.
You probably already know this, but it's been 1 year since the kettle debuted with V Shoujo.
I know, it's so wrong.
Nice.
By the way, did you hear that? Did you guys hear that the loan shark is back?
Oh.
Okay, so Hinya, if you steal from Hinya in Minecraft, she turns into an evil loan shark.
Oh.
She will get her effing revenge.
Oh. You just don't know where.
Oh no. So
very good.
What she did to Koro and Michi is just. I love that Mouse helped her with that too. It was like, yeah, let's do it. So literally, she was like, "Oh, you'd like to steal dirt from me? Cool." And she fucking puts a giant dirt wall around Michi's house, covers the entire house in dirt.
Oh, buried them under.
Yeah,
very cool.
poor kiddo. What she fucking did to Koro was even scarier. And all he did was take a couple of melons.
It could have been worse.
No.
Instead of burying the house under dirt, could have replaced all the blocks of the house with dirt.
Joe Dirte.
And put all of the blocks of the house into a chest inside said house.
Oh, okay, that would have been bad.
We should now be okay. We should now be okay. So,
yes.
Let's go ahead and get started.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen of the congregation, please open your holy books of Reamerism to page 165 of the physical media. Deacon Shem, Kendall, say what?
57%, sir.
Ricky, what? And Moon, where are we at on, I'm sorry. Deacon Moon. There we go. Much better. Where we at on, God damn it. Where we at in that voice?
Where
really?
we at? Where we at?
Where are we at on Bookwalker?
Well,
we are on page 193.
Thank you. All right, so if you're on any of those, right now, Bookwalker, Kindle, those things, or if you're on the physical, now you know where to go to read along with us. We're starting at So She Left and Zejian Came In.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's get started.
Okay. So she left and Zejian came in. He humbly picked a wooden chair to sit on rather than my guest's sofa. The strongest dude in the whole labyrinth, but he was so polite and thoughtful as well. I guess his exoskeleton would scratch up the leather, so that's why he made it that move. How refined. I have to say, though, Zejian did an incredible job for us. Powerful beyond measure, he could have formed a twin berry with Diablo even before being evolved. He was already a level above the rest of the 12 lordly guardians, and this new evolution only added to that. In fact, looking at the Labyrinth archives, he defeated Dino without even revealing his full abilities. Scary kid. Honestly, I'm glad he's on our side. Zegian, you performed brilliantly for us. If you hadn't woke up in time, I'm not sure how it would have turned out. Oh, don't be silly. You no doubt calculated the exact time I would awaken, didn't you, Sir Rimuru? Yeah, sure did. Not really, no. I did suspect Dino of wrongdoing, yes, but I didn't think he'd take action just when we were the most slightly guarded. And that's why you had me, and that's why you had me wake up exactly when things would come to a head then. No, man, I didn't think any of that would happen. Like, I didn't even know Velgrin was there. Like, I did, but I wasn't expecting her to enter the scene the way she did. If I knew that, I never would have thought about taking my inner circle to go talk with the Emperor. That choice had us playing catch up this entire war, and we emerged with the win only because luck was on our side. But no matter how I explained matters to him, Zegian thought everything was part of my so-called brilliant plan. I quickly gave up on convincing him otherwise. Either way, thanks for being there. You helped a lot. No. I still have so far to go. I am sure, Sir Rimuru, you could have finished Dino with a single trans-dimensional attack without my entering the scene at all. But you provided me with a stage to perform on nonetheless. I answered the call for you. What are you talking about? Trans-dimensional? What? I can't do that, dude. I mean, what kind of monster am I in his mind anyway? Sure, yeah. Maybe I could have... Yes. Ha! It would have been child's play for you, I am sure. Zegian eagerly agreed with my half-hearted reply. I felt like he looked at me with much more than mere respect. To him, it was like getting a personal audience with his god. Not that I could really tell, given his compound eyes and all, but it was easy to imagine. Gathering myself, I continued with Zegian's interview. He gave me his interpretation of the fight against Dino, and while I thought Dino had gotten away scot-free from them, it turned out that that wasn't the case. Zegian assumed he'd try to flee, so he placed a curse on him. A scary curse, one that had life and death power over the guy. So that's what Zegian could do now? How did he evolve exactly? Are you doing these parts, Richie? Like the description or descriptive parts? I didn't know if that was what we did last time or not.
The descriptive parts for the
name
stuff.
Yeah, like
race.
name, Zegian, race.
Okay. Yeah, I'll still do that. Sorry.
Okay, cool. No problem.
Name Zegian. EP 4,988,856. Race Micro God. Jesus Christ.
Wow.
High level chaos elemental. Water soul insect. Protection, Rimuru's protection. Title, Mist Lord. Magic, Water Soul magic. Man. Ability, Ultimate Skill, Mephisto. Lord of Illusion.
And now the name of that song makes so much more sense.
Tolerances, cancel melee attack, cancel ailments, cancel spiritual attack, cancel natural elements, resist chaos attack.
What? I kept myself from yelping out loud. The stats Seal read out for me were far beyond my imagination. Zegian was now divine in nature, and I could see why. His existence points were a hair away from 5 million, a shocking figure second only to Benimaru. His element was water, but Seal informed me he could wield the space element as well. As a half-spiritual life form, he had every resistance you could think of. I saw 0 weak points, and he was high level on all of them as well. A real powerhouse. It seemed that Zegian could construct a placeholder body for himself by gathering and condensing the water particles in the air. The magisteel I gave him had evolved to adamantite, then crimson steel, and it was that fantastical metal that I had let him pull off that trick. I'm sure he stuck to his exoskeleton by default because that's the form I crafted for him. Otherwise, he might have shown it off long ago and ascended to a completely spiritual life form. He obviously had a great fondness for his current body, and I couldn't be happier to see that. Plus, given how he was geared for close quarters combat, he was more than strong enough as he stood now. After all, that combat style wouldn't work if he went fully spiritual and shed his physical body. In fact, his current form was about as complete as it needed to be, wasn't it? This is a Seal part.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Hang on.
All good.
Okay. You were such a fast... I was like, wait a minute. I looked ahead. There wasn't any... It's at the bottom of the freaking page.
Yeah.
Because I was like, let's make sure that I have time to do what I need to do. Stupid thing. All right. Would you like me to set one up?
Nope.
No. That wasn't it. It's exactly. Or it starts with exactly.
Shit, it's at the top! Fucking hell!
Well.
Exactly. This Zegian is our greatest masterpiece. As crafted by myself and my master, I allowed Valdora to lead the project, but I guided him with my knowledge in key sections, so there is nothing to worry about.
I'm not sure I understood all of that. Not that Seal cared, bragging away as it was. Zegian had held rule over water, which meant he boasted unparalleled strength whenever water was present. This included the water vapor in the atmosphere, which meant he held a battle advantage well near anywhere on the planet that contained air. Water composes a hefty percentage of most living creatures too, and Zegian could freely manipulate that as well. I thought that made it clear how much of a bad dude he was now. The human body's around 65% water, in fact, and any human trying to make Zegian or take Zegian on was basically committing suicide. But that was only the beginning.
Bloodbending much?
Yeah, I was going to say that's basically bloodbending and just, But that was only the beginning of the danger he posed. Zegian's ultimate skill, Mephisto, included a wealth of high-level skills, such as Hasten Thought, Universal Detect, Lord's Ambition, Dominate Water and Lightning, Dominate Dimensions, Multi-Dimensional Barrier, All of Creation, Spiritual Domination, and Fantastical World. Jesus. Quite a few of those were fearsomely lethal, but nothing on that list had caused the curse placed on Dino. That was the work of something called Dream End. The curse was an art woven by Zegian himself, not any skill. That meant it'd even work against Yuki's anti-skill. Bending it off required a powerful will, and I doubt anyone could outwill Zegian right now. Anti-skill, after all, was a technique driven by 3 separate abilities: Dominate Water and Lightning, Dominate Spirit, and Fantastical World. He'd use Fantastical World to create an environment favorable to him, a place where he was all but invincible. This was a world-type ability, Seal told me, and those were exceedingly rare. Not even I had one, and I bet they're pretty neat things to have.
All right. Would you like me to set one up? There we go. Finally there.
Yeah. I wasn't sure what the correct answer was, so I pretended not to hear it. But back to Dream End. This move made it possible for the caster to immediately snuff out the life of the target whenever they did something the caster didn't want. It couldn't forcibly restrict the target's movements, however, so it wouldn't take effect until their behavior triggered it. In this case, Dino was free to do whatever as long as he didn't defy Zegian's will. So, how do you trigger this curse? Well, I don't have to do anything. The moment Dino takes a certain predefined action, it will automatically go off. Zegian's curse was the automatic type, requiring no supervision. If triggered, he'd be made aware of it, but otherwise he'd never even had time or had to think about it. The key to it lay all in what Dino did. What was the trigger? Or what was the trigger? Basically, if he ever showed the intent to kill any of my companions, the curse would go off. The moment he committed to murdering any of them, it would destroy his very heart core, and not even a spiritual life form could escape that trap. Now, this wasn't foolproof. It wasn't like I remember the name and face of every single citizen of Tempest, but if he tried some large-scale, indiscriminate attack on the city, that'd be treated as murderous intent, and I think that worked well enough as a check on Dino. I was amazed we could restrain someone with an ultimate skill like that. Wonderful work, Zegian. Anything that reduces the threat to our nation is more than welcome. I appreciate the compliment, my lord. I still have much to learn, but nothing warms my heart more than receiving such kind words from you. Jeez, so serious. Him, Charis, Geld, and Soe. Beretta too, I suppose. I guess I had a lot of all-business types in my crew, but Geld and Zegian really took the cake. Guys with so much talent like that, never resting on their laurels, constantly putting in hard effort, and that's why they became such a threat with every new breakthrough they made. I hope they'd continue that pursuit for a long while to come. So, to sum it up, Mephisto was one firecracker of an ultimate skill. Dino had no way to undo the curse on himself, I was assured, but you could never say never in this world. Maybe he had some unknown ability that let him slip out of it like a loosely knotted rope. But even if he did, that wouldn't harm Zegian's rep at all. It'd just mean we were dealing with a shrewd enemy. Because, honestly, Zegian was the best all-around package I could think of. He took advantage of the brief moment Dino was dead to place that curse on him, and I thought that was where his real scary genius lay. Having fancy pants skill isn't a threat. Being able to fully leverage them is, and along those lines, I didn't think anyone was better geared for battle and more attuned to his skills than Zegian. Maybe call it covering all the bases? Many people in this world boasted skills that boosted their already extensive abilities, but Zegian's skill set was more about covering for what he wasn't intrinsically good at. He could use all of them as well, even working them into new, original moves. Amazing. What else could I say? The battle sense he had and the level of training it took. He could bust out Fantastical World, create an advantage, and expand his tactical edge rather than boost what he was already great at. Truly top class among my companions. I realize now that not even a so-called fighting race like the Primal Demons could beat Zegian. He was just so fearsome. No wonder Seal called this its masterpiece. Even the strength he showed off up to now was no doubt just a tiny glimpse into everything he had. I suppose it's a little unfair of me, though, getting to check on all my team's stats and abilities, but still. I'd given Zegian the fairly generic name Mist Lord, but now I could see a double meaning there. Besides Mist, there was also quite a bit of mysterious about the depth of his abilities. Or maybe Zegian took Mist literally and steered his skills in that water-oriented direction? No way. Dr. Seal would have said so if he did, right?
Nope, definitely wouldn't. I don't know what you're talking about. Not at all.
Is your plan to take over the world?
Of course.
Same thing we do every night. I like how you answered from the book and in character.
I mean,
great.
Okay.
That slight delay.
To be fair, the
Yes.
thing that's holding me back. Okay, I've redeemed an offline offer. Yay. Okay. To be fair, the thing that's holding me back right now is something that Moon would be proud of.
What is it? I can't see the power.
Jesus.
Pokemon Go.
Oh, you're doing.
Did you find a shiny?
Pokemon Go.
Yeah. No, I had things returned from gyms, and now I'm just yeah.
You got some Poke Coins. That's cool.
I got some stuff I just had to fix up because I had things returned from the gym, and I beat a 1-star raid by myself because it was like right next to my apartment. So I was just like, oh, okay, I got a remote raid banner, whatever.
The cool thing is whatever you catch and go, you can transfer to, your mainline games if you wanted to, if you ever decide to get those. But
no, I'm good.
I think it's kind of cool.
Oh Jesus, yeah, I can't fight this Mega Alakazam. That's 4-star. Nope.
Yeah, some of these are really strong. You need like a group of 4 to 5 people.
Yeah,
there are like Discord groups you can go on and like fight
Please
those.
Continue.
Anyway, it's okay. All good. Oh, great. That slight delay in the response worried me a lot. Hiding the concerns in my mind that Seal was going off kilter on me, I waited for my next interviewee. Adelman was the next person in my chamber.
Oh no, not Adelman.
Are we going with business voice or not business voice?
We're going with yas.
Okay. Sir Rimuru, I hope you are well. And let me tell you that I, Adelman, am cherishing every moment of this private audience with you already. Yeah. Adelman was something beyond serious. Okay.
What? I was like, why do you want to re-download the? No, he's playing Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
Like, me talking about Pokemon Go is like, yes.
Yeah. I just nodded and motioned him up toward the sofa. If I didn't make him wrap up his spiel fast, he'd be at it all day. His spiel fast, excuse me. He'd be at it all day, so I sat him down as quickly as I could. So, how are you feeling now that you're awake? Excellent, sir. My spirit feels enriched, and I can feel holy force penetrating every pore of my body.
Oh my god,
he
that's
really
gross.
Yeah.
Penetration.
Yeah, I mean, he is the bone man.
There's such a low-hanging fruit there. I don't even want to try.
He is.
No one wants to know about your fruit.
and how low it hangs. Gross.
Mm-hmm. Very interesting. He really did have a glow to him too. I feared what I was about to discover. And then it has the stats.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Did you want me to do these?
Go for it.
Okay. Name, Adelman. EP, 877,333. Race, white. Mid-level Chaos Elemental, Light Soul Bones. Protection, Rimuru's Protection. Title, Gehenna Lord. Magic, Necromancy, Holy Magic. Ability, Ultimate Gift, Necronomicon. Tolerances, Cancel Melee Attack. Cancel Spiritual Attack. Cancel Ailments. Cancel Natural Elements. Resist Chaos Attack. Thought so. Here he was, this servant of the dead, and he'd gone all in on the light element. If I had to name the one person on my team who looked the most like a demon lord, it'd have to be Adelman. Seeing him boast the light element was almost too sweetly ironic. Still, given that he could use Holy Evil Inversion to twist his elements any way he wanted, maybe it wasn't worth being surprised about at that point. It felt like the exact opposite from the element he should have, but no point fretting about it. There was a lot of other stuff about him to occupy my attention anyway. He had the existence points of an awakened demon lord, and his stats were so ridiculous that I was getting a headache just looking at them. But the biggest issue was Necronomicon, his ultimate skill. Where did it even come from? Seal says one sentence.
God damn it.
I know, sorry.
No, it's my fault.
Mm.
Where did that even come from? I gave it to him.
I didn't need to ask. I couldn't think of any other explanation.
Don't put the book down. You've got another.
Shush.
Like just a couple paragraphs.
Shush.
Yeah. But yes, Seal was fiddling around again. And the best thing of all is Necronomicon, this power you gave me, Adelman happily noted. It is a font of knowledge for me, the very root of my newfound strength. Necronomicon included a bevy of abilities: Hasten Thought, Universal Detect, Lord's Ambition, Cast Cancel, Analyze and Assess, All Creation, Mental Strike, Holy Evil Inversion, and Dominate Dead. In addition to things he already had, he could now also invoke Necromancy and Holy Magic with no casting time required. In addition, his rule and protection over the dead had been boosted, giving his armies a jolt of additional force. Adelman was gleefully explaining all of this to me now, and if he was happy about it, so was I. I didn't want to rain on his parade.
By the way, Necronomicon is in the same family as Grimoire, the skill I gave Ghidorah. I removed the items unsuited for Adelman from Grimoire and added abilities he would find more useful.
Seal sounded like he was fishing for compliments. That was the first I'd heard about it, giving Ghidorah any new abilities. Amazing, certainly, but I wasn't sure I'd welcome this news.
Notice me, senpai!
He's done a fucking hell of a lot, Jesus.
Yeah. Like, bitch, I'm
basically
here.
Making all your friends into fucking mini-gods.
Notice me! No!
Clearing my mind for a moment, though, I recalled that Adelman and Ghidorah were both researcher types. They were close friends as well, I'd heard, and they'd often go diving into magic tomes together. They were magic-obsessed maniacs, really, but they weren't hurting anyone, so I let them do as they pleased. They might discover the meaning of life or something for all I knew, and devoting yourself to your passion's never a bad thing. As Seal put it, Necronomicon and Grimoire were natural complements to each other. They certainly seemed to suit those two well, and yeah, I guess this was the right move to make. That was the end of Adelman's interview, and now I was headed down to see how Alberto and Venti were doing. They were so awed by the idea of meeting with me that they'd initially turned down their request. Apparently they needed to prove themselves more in battle before they'd feel deserving of the chance. It was beyond dedicated to them. In fact, I couldn't understand the logic at all. Who do they think I was, anyway? Still, I had to check up on the people serving me. Alberto was Adelman's dedicated servant, and so was Venti. Or call her Adelman's pet, if you like. If their master ever died, they'd probably take the ride with him. But as long as Adelman was alright, they were immortal. That, CL told me, was why it granted both of them the ultimate skill.
It took a lot of work.
I'm sure it did. But it's your hobby, right? No doubt this was just Seal's gentle personality manifesting itself. Trusting in that, I looked over the stat reports. Name, Alberto. EP, 682,639 plus 600,000 for his spirit sword. Race, white, mid-level chaos elemental flame soul man. Protection, Rimuru's protection. Title, Gehenna Paladin. Ability, ultimate gift immortality. Tolerances, cancel melee attack, cancel spiritual attack, cancel ailments, cancel natural elements, resist chaos attack. Name, Venti. EP, 984,142. Race, Gehenna Dragon. Protection, Rimuru's protection. Title, Dragon Lord of the Underworld. Ability, ultimate gift eternality. Tolerances, cancel melee attack, cancel spiritual attack, cancel ailments, cancel natural elements, resist chaos attack. The effects of their evolution certainly goosed their EP. They also canceled a lot of attacks now. Their resistances were looking real sharp. It worked that way for Adelman as well, so I guess dying once could earn you a bunch of those. The ultimate gifts they had were largely identical, despite having different names. It included the 3 abilities Hasten Thought, Full Reincarnation, and Servant Immortality. There was room for more, but Seal told me it was still considering the options. I still wasn't completely thrilled about giving Seal carte blanche, but I was reasonably certain it wasn't the wrong move to make. Alberto's and Venti's bodies would never perish because their souls were in Adelman's possession. I'd had a hunch they'd kick it if Adelman did, and I was right. But given Adelman's undead status, they all seemed pretty invincible to me. I couldn't help but wonder how unfair a team I had. Alberto, by the way, I still had a lot of room to grow. A weapon that broke a million EP was firmly in the God class, so if Alberto's own EP kept rising, that opened him up to more capabilities. Given how handy he was with a blade, I didn't think we'd have to wait too long. And it was with great anticipation for the future that I saw Adelman off. Should I keep going?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. After lunch, I went back to the interviews. At long last, it was Shion's turn. Finally, Sir Rimuru, I am here. I'm sorry it took this long. Right, I said, nodding. I wasn't really waiting for her with bated breath, but I'd better not say that. Name, Shion. EP 4,229,140, plus 1.08 million for her Goriki Maru Divine. Race, Battle God, High Level Chaos Elemental Battle Soul Ogre. Protection, Reamer's Protection. Title Warlord. Magic, Divine Battle Will. Ability, Unique Skill, Master Chef. Tolerances, Cancel Melee Attack, Cancel Ailments, Cancel Spiritual Attack, Cancel Natural Elements, Resist Chaos Attack. She proudly went over her new powers. Seal was providing me a running explanation as well, but the two of them rarely agreed with each other. Shion's strength didn't rely on skills. Her weapon was God class, so she didn't need an ultimate skill to hold her own against someone who did. Her body itself was a threat, and with infinite regeneration, that threat became a nightmare. You could try to drain her energy in a fight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, her body is most definitely a threat in more ways than one.
Her body is dynamite.
God damn it. Anyhow.
One dynamite gal. Anyway. Her body itself was a threat, and with infinite regeneration, that threat could become a nightmare. You could try to drain her energy in a fight, but her EP was as out of the park as Benimaru's. That meant a huge number of magicules, so attempting to exhaust her was a bad idea. Resistances were perfect as well. Making a frontal onslaught your only option, and if that's all her opponents could try, I really sympathize with them.
I know it wasn't meant to, but damn, that all sounded sexual.
It did though.
You could try a frontal attack, a frontal assault, and it's like, onslaught.
I wouldn't put past this. I wouldn't put it past this author. You gotten stronger, huh? I'm humbled to see you think so. Humbled wasn't the way I'd describe her abject joy, but it was the truth. Just one thing. Concerning all the ultimates my crew had now, I was kind of surprised Shion still had nothing but a unique skill. Did she turn you down or something, Seal?
No, Shion is still packed with untold potential, so I am carefully observing her for the time being. The unique skill Master Chef is incomparably powerful as it stands now, so there's no special need to do anything else right away.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Lately, I thought I'd grown adept at reading Seal's emotions. It was just a gut feeling, but it turned out accurate pretty often. And if I was reading Seal correctly right now, I'd say it was hesitant about messing with Shion's skills.
That is correct.
Wonders never cease around here. I asked why, and Seal reluctantly gave me the answer. Amazingly enough, if Shion's skill was boosted any further, she might obtain abilities capable of killing even me. Seal, seeing that as something to avoid, opted to shut off any further skill evolution on her instead. If a skill freak like Seal opted for that, well, I guess this was no joke. It was hard to picture Shion ever trying to hurt me, but giving her skills that scary gave me pause as well.
When your big titty
I didn't want to be
ogre girl in another world has the power to kill you.
Yeah, that's
new light novel title right there.
That's the spinoff.
Yeah.
That's the bad ending spinoff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But giving her skills that scary gave me a pause as well. I didn't want to be saddled with problems like that, so I supported Seal's decision. After her stat chat, I enjoyed chatting with Shion a little while longer, listening to all her bragging and politely throwing in a yes or oh neat now and then. Shion had put in a stellar effort during our war against the Imperial forces, and I thought it was nice to sit down from time to time and talk about things like this. Looking back, I realized I was either angry or exasperated with Shion a lot of the time. I knew full well that she was always working hard, and the fruit of all that effort were starting to show up. But she really did have a penchant for going way overboard, so I couldn't help but poke at her all the time. But that's why an occasional calm, pleasant conversation like this was nice, I thought. So there I was, playing with the father figure to Shion, when... Oh, right. I had forgotten to mention this in my report, but I ran into Masayuki at the dining hall just now. He was looking rather downtrodden. And given how troubled he'd seem, I advised him to talk things over with you soon too, Sir Rimuru. Don't act all smug about that, Shion. There she goes, acting all out of line again. And if Masayuki was in trouble, I knew I didn't want to get involved with it either. This was exactly it. She was always butting in where she shouldn't, and I paid for it in the end. I hated being dragged into stuff like this. Like, Velgren showing up here after she vanished was enough of a surprise, but really, if you sat down and thought about it, she had no reason to be there, did she? She was just crossing dimensions in pursuit of Ludora. She had only one person waiting for her. And Masayuki looks identical to Ludora, too. It didn't take a genius to connect the dots at this point, but even though I couldn't betray the trust Shion had in me.
I love how dumb Rimuru is at times.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
he looks exactly like Masayuki, and it's like, Velgren's just like, no, that's actually Masayuki, dude.
Yeah, like bro.
Like the part of Masayuki that was, the part of Ludora that was attached to Michael, broke off and made Masayuki.
Yeah. Have you not read your own light novel, man?
That's Ludora.
Where were you?
It's like, I just feel like this is the Spaceball skit all over again. Instant cassettes. They're out before the movie is finished.
Yep. Damn it. I should have bought the extra light novels. Let's see.
You didn't go online and read the translated version, bro?
Nope, had to read it raw and translate it word by word.
Oh my god.
Painfully.
All right, man.
We'll have to work out a time then. I was just delaying the inevitable, but I said it anyway. Oh, all set there, Shion told me matter-of-factly. I set up a meeting first thing tomorrow morning. Well, I'm not all set in the slightest. You want to stage a full meeting before we've even prepared for it? Now this was getting blown way out of proportion. These sort of problems always happened when Shion played intermediary. You could never let your guard down around her. But who was even going to join this meeting? I was in the midst of my man-to-man interviews, and now look at what had happened. I still had all the demons to meet with. If I didn't finish things up today, we'd have to postpone it for some other day that may never come. Will that anger them or drive them to violence? I just didn't know. All right, in that case, tell Riegert and Benny Mar to be fully prepared for the meeting. Very well. I'll be on my way then. Shion all but skipped out of my chambers. Bringing a head to my hand, I hurriedly called for Diablo and his cohorts. The last people on the interview list were Diablo, Testarossa, Carrera, Ultima, and their underlings. I wasn't sure I'd get to them all, so I wanted to speed things up, but this turned out to be dangerous. I'm finally up, am I? You have no idea how long this wait has felt to me. Way to exaggerate. I booted him out of my office yesterday afternoon. Quit acting stupid, Diablo. We still haven't settled our score, so it ought to be fine for me to see Sir Rimuru first. Carrera, looking pretty beaten up and ragged, was at Diablo's throat, while Ultima not far behind. She's right. I haven't thrown in the towel yet either, you know. Don't think you can weasel your way out of this. Ultima, too, was so hurt I was amazed she could stand up. Wasn't their clothing part of their bodies, technically? If they were this ripped up and they didn't have the energy to restore them, it had to be pretty serious injury, right? But they were still cheerfully bickering with one another. Demons really are built tough. Enough of this. Arguing in front of Sir Rimuru is simply rude. Testarossa has finally intervened, bringing some much-needed quiet to the room. She acted so elegantly, ignoring the three quarreling demons and even providing some tea for me. Her outfit was in perfect order as well, presenting a kind of dignity that was otherwise absent. Now, Sir Rimuru, we were told that you'd fire Diablo and name one of us as your second secretary. But sadly... Oh, God.
Damn.
But sadly, we have not completed the selection process yet. What do you think we should do? I really don't think I said that. Maybe leaving the demons for last was an error on my part. I now had extra work coming up thanks to Shion, but even before that, I still needed to report to King Gazel. Looking back, I should have tackled my thorniest problems first, but it was far too late now. I was short on time, so let's exercise some of my soft power to get through this. Well, hate to say this, but I've run out of time for a long conversation with you guys. I gotta call in your servants to... No need for that, my lord. Yeah, I don't think you have to. It'd just be a go to waste on them. Right. If you want information about our underlings, I'll give you whatever you need. Exactly. No servant of mine is foolish enough to try butting into this precious time you devoted to us, Sir Rimuru. The gang. Diablo, Carrera, Ultima, and Testarossa replied to me with a smile. Okay, was about the best response I could muster.
Sonic, why are you in chat and not in the room?
Is he in chat?
Yeah, he's been in chat for a while.
Oh, I didn't even see. Okay.
Okay.
How well?
Fenris, it's your turn.
Mm-hmm.
Steel, too, said that there wasn't any major need to summon every single demon. Diablo and the three demonesses, it noted, had already said to go ahead and do whatever you want with us. That still felt like I was ignoring all the other demons, but Seal had a grasp of each of them already, which was news to me, but I convinced myself that of course it would. It had to manage all my people and stuff, so I moved on. Anyway, the first person I interviewed was Diablo. It goes without saying. Kicking the three others out of the room, I had him sit down. He could barely stay put in his seat, so excited he was.
He was!
Are you going to read the name, race stuff, or am I doing that?
Fine. Name, Diablo. EP, 6,666,666. Because
it's
of
a little
course
on the
it
nose.
is.
Of
Because
course.
of course it is.
Of course.
Race, Demon God, Primal Demon, Devil Lord. Protection, Rimuru's Protection. Title, Daemon Lord. Magic, Dark Magic, Elemental Magic. Ability, ultimate skill, Azazel, Lord of Temptation. Jesus Christ.
Hey. He's one hell of a butler.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Tolerances, cancel melee attack, cancel ailments, cancel spiritual attack, cancel natural ailments, resist chaos attack. Also, a butler not named Sebastian.
Right.
Dude, I wonder how many people that watch Overlord did not actually get that joke. His name is Sebastian. Sebastian? God damn it, guys. Come on. All right.
Under the sea.
Come on, was my first thought.
The
fact is,
Under
EP
the
was
sea.
all.
Under the sea is a hard D.
Under the sea.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
The fact that his EP was all the same number was a dead giveaway that he was gaming the system. I didn't say anything, though, since Seal didn't. In the end, I didn't think there was much doubt that Diablo was the most powerful person in my entire hierarchy. That EP, fake or not, and his resistances. His Azazel skill contained Hasten Thought, Lord's Ambition, Control Dimensions, Multi-Dimensional Barrier, All of Creation, Dominate Punishment, Dominate Charm, and World of Temptation. Mostly the same abilities I had. He carefully went over these with me, clearly looking for someone to brag about. Clearly looking for someone to brag about them with, and Dr. Seal gave him high marks for his understanding of them. Though really, Diablo was stronger than me, wasn't he? I doubt.
Hold on. Read the next sentence.
Given how I couldn't really use my skills without Seal's help.
That's why.
Okay, yeah. That's okay, makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
His magic heal count was immense, his level high, and the quality of his skills beyond question. He was an exceptionally omnipotent demon in every way, and why he decided to serve under me was a total mystery. He had an unquenchable thirst for battle, not to mention a fixation with me that bordered on problematic.
So does Shion, and you made them both your secretaries. You absolute buffoon.
But I mean, he has two Yandere secretaries, yeah.
Yeah, but at least one of them is competent.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, it's Shion. Of course she's competent.
No. You know this. All right, let's be honest. One is the eye candy, and the other actually knows how to do his job.
Yeah, I know Diablo's eye candy. What's the point?
Okay, they're both eye candy, but only Diablo knows how to do his job.
I mean, he is very handsome. Look at him. Very handsome.
So handsome.
So hot right now,
so
Diablo.
Hot. So hot. Want to touch the high knee. Right, anyway.
I just watched that movie last week.
Yeah.
So hot right now.
Want to touch the high knee. Billy Madison.
Oh.
Such a bad.
You're talking about Zoolander. Diablo.
Yeah,
so
Rhea was right.
Now.
One is eye candy, the other has titties.
These are the same. I'm sorry.
I mean,
this is the same picture.
Yeah, it's true.
What I enjoy being able to count on his seemingly infinite stores of strength. With this evolution, I now wondered how he'd do in a practice battle against Vegian. I was sure it'd turn into a great fight. He and Benimaru too. Benimaru was always going easy on anyone he fought in training, in part because if he got real serious, it'd raise acres and acres of land and kill off thousands. But that was no issue in the labyrinth. I suppose Benimaru didn't enjoy revealing his skills much either, but still. Water would win over fire element-wise, so I think Zejian would have an edge over Benimaru, but there was no telling unless they actually duked it out. Then again, there was no need to rank my troops like this. I could just call Benimaru, Diablo, and Zejian my top 3, and that should keep any strife to a minimum.
Okay. I love that he's like, I call them my top 3. Hasn't even gotten to the strongest person in his whole group yet.
And for some reason, my mind immediately went to Naruto, Bleach, and One Piece. I don't
There
know
we
why.
go. The big three.
I don't
the
know
big
why it
three.
went there, but it did.
All right, continuing.
That was all I needed from Diablo. As for his servants, he told me that Ghidorah had joined Venom on it as his apprentice. Apprentice? Yes, adding him to my team eliminates any worry that he'd betray us, you see. I thought we were safe from that by now, probably, but still, it was a relief to hear. Ghidorah was already kept in place by his role as Labyrinth Guardian, so Diablo wasn't free to make him his 24-hour gopher, but he didn't mind that. If he named Ghidorah an apprentice, I guess that meant he saw him as different from a run-of-the-mill lackey. That's good and all, but why did you sign him on? Well, he may lack suitable piety for you, Sir Rimuru, but his curiosity for magic is the real thing. He has potential by human standards, so I thought I would initiate him by interacting with his mysterious art of reincarnation. And then... pathetically enough, he nearly died in our previous battle. That would go against your orders, Sir Rimuru, so I reincarnated him as a demon to prevent that. But oddly enough, he became a metal demon, a species I'm unfamiliar with. And the rock tried to kill the metal, and it failed.
As he were swiped to the ground.
All right.
Diablo stopped speaking for a moment. He turned toward me. I hadn't heard of that term either. Did I do something or what?
Oh, that was me.
What do you mean, oh? This was exactly what I wanted to hold these one-on-one discussions. Seal had been really busy, it sounded like. I really wished it'd think these things over more. If he was a metal demon, that sounded close to Beretta too.
No need to worry. No need to worry about that. The concept is completely different.
Good. Whatever. I wasn't going to get worked up over it. Not that I needed to, but either way, I was sick of all of this. Maybe it's thanks to that little push I gave him. I had to be honest. There was no other option. This elated Diablo, as I expected, so he wound up talking about it for a while. Summing up, Diablo had taken a liking to Ghidorah as well. They had an ongoing promise that should something happen, the demon would have him join his family. Ghidorah was famously obsessed with magic, being the teacher of that magic-born Razin and all, and I was sure he wouldn't hesitate to become a demon to satisfy his intellectual curiosity. That's the kind of guy he was, and as long as he didn't bother me, it was best to let him have his way. Besides, I didn't mind having that old man nearby either, so it was all good to me. It'd be gross if he started going around looking like Adelman, though, so I made sure to officially forbid any Rimuru worship on his part. No way was I gonna allow another wacky cult member in my midst, apprentice of Diablo or not. Now I'm really wondering if the cult, like Rimruism, wasn't actually part of the official light novels.
No.
No.
Okay, I knew that there was like Rimuru worship going on in the actual light novels, but it didn't have a title. Rimuruism is real, and it's back.
We need to reach out to the author and send that idea.
I don't think
like the videos.
No. I'm not gonna sit there and explain that. No. It's like Buddhism, but Rimuru. Rimuruism.
Yep.
Anyhow, continuing.
And now you just gave me a horrible idea I'm going to talk to you about after stream.
No, stop. Bad. I'm going to bed.
All right. Well, he's your responsibility now, so take good care of him. Old man Ghidorah looked pretty aged to me, honestly. It felt kind of weird phrasing it that way, but then again, Diablo was even older. Old enough that the concepts like golden years were thrown right out the window. So maybe all of this was fine. Regardless, Diablo now had 2 personal assistants to watch over. With a bow, he left the room, Tensura quickly taking his place. She was as elegant as ever as she sat down in front of me. I wondered... I had no intention of following through on it, but part of me wondered if I could name her my secretary.
Jesus.
Actually, no. I'd need to name Diablo my chief diplomat then, and I was sure he'd go berserk in that role. I got enough problems already. Let's stick to this. Besides, I had other business with Testarossa. I wasn't sure how to bring it up yet, but before I could, she presented me with a sheet of paper. It contained statistics on the demons in her family.
Name Moss.
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 EP 1,079,397. Race Demon Peer Archduke. Protection Blanc Clan. Title Empress's Aid. Magic Dark Magic Elemental Magic. Ability Unique Skill Gatherer. Tolerances.
Have you tried turning it off and on again?
Tolerances cancel melee attack, cancel ailments, cancel spiritual attack, cancel natural elements, resist chaos attack. Have you tried turning her on?
Well,
not off again.
Boy, have I.
Race Cien EP 286,596. Race Demon Peer Viscount. Protection Blanc Clan. Title Empress's Secretary. Magic Dark Magic Elemental Magic. Ability Unique Skill Recorder. Tolerances cancel melee attack, cancel ailments, cancel spiritual attack, cancel natural ailments. Elements, sorry.
That was the long and short of it, including some information that only I could read off them. Moss and Cien had seen no direct action in our recent war. They weren't exposed to any danger, and thus they were saved from the ever-curious hands of Seal. As for Testarossa herself...
Name, Testarossa, EP 3,333,124. Race, Demon God, Primal Demon, Devil Lord. Protection, Rimur's Protection. Title, Killer Lord. Magic, Dark Magic, Elemental Magic. Ability, Ultimate Skill Belial, Lord of the Underworld. Tolerances, cancel melee attack, cancel ailments, cancel spiritual attack, cancel natural elements, resist chaos attack.
Compared to before the fighting, her existence points had ballooned beyond comparison. It was a good 3 times the figure from back when she fought Velgrind on that airship. Looks like your magic heal count grew a bunch, huh? It did. If it had done so in time for my climatic battle with Velgrind, I'm sure it would have been a more interesting performance. It's a pity. I'd hesitate on calling the war a performance, all right? Not that she'd listen to me if I told her. My experiences here have really convinced me that in battle, quality matters much more than quantity. In this war, too, battle experience sealed a lot more people's fates than magic heal counts. Testarossa had put up a decent fight against Velgrind because they were both almost equal in experience levels. She stood no chance in an extended fight, but she could drag it on and stall for time well. She could drag it on and stall for time well enough, at least. If Testarossa's magic heal stores were larger, that meant she was much more capable in battle now. That was tremendously reassuring, but it also placed even more responsibility on me to watch over her and ensure she didn't go out of control. I was leaving all that to Diablo at the moment, but now I thought I should pay a bit more attention to her. Belial, though, it just oozed a sense of danger, much like Testarossa herself. It had a pretty handy slate of abilities: Hasten Thought, Universal Detect, Lord's Ambition, Control Dimensions, Multidimensional Barrier, All of Creation, Dominate Life, and World of the Dead. Yep, another world-type ability, and judging by the name, World of the Dead, I wouldn't subject myself to it for $1 billion. I'd let CL maintain that one for me, I think. Scary. So if you wanted to talk alone with me, is this about something that couldn't be stated in public? What would that be exactly? Testarossa, after handing me the stats on Moss and Cien, got right down to business.
Yeah.
I was glad she...
That's a real thing. Moss.
I was glad she was so quick on the uptake. Mentally flipping the page, I brought up an issue of mine. The meeting we'd have with Masayuki tomorrow morning. I'd like to think I'm reading too much into it, but I wanted to bring something up with you. I'm actually going to be meeting with Masayuki and his people, but I'm...
Okay, I could deal with you kind of saying Testarossa, even though it's Testarossa, but it's Come on, man. Masayuki. You've heard us say it enough. Not Massa. He's not your Massa. He's Masayuki. God damn it. God damn it. Because when you say Masayuki, all I hear is...
Day's never finished. Massa got me working.
Jesus.
Alright, so Masayuki. Let's try that.
I'm actually going to be meeting with Masayuki and his people, but I'm not sure how to approach it. Ah, I see. Is this about how we'll deal with the Empire? Again, so quick on the uptake. It was surprising. Yes, exactly. I guess he's pretty troubled about it, and if they're asking me for solutions, I don't really know what to give them, sort of. I doubted Shion had thought, even that far, but assuming Masayuki was reborn...
Masa?
But assuming Masayuki was the reborn Emperor Ludora, that still didn't mean they'd just let him take the throne. We still didn't know where the current Emperor Ludora, or the now transformed Michael, had run off to. If Masayuki was to name himself the leader, but then again, I was sure he'd do anything to get out of that obligation, and it'd be weird for my nation to push him in that direction. Besides, there was no breaking Michael's castle guard ability as long as people put their faith in Ludora, so we'd also need to consider how we'd handle the Empire's citizens. Worst of all, I was given like 0 time for this. Trying to smooth things over with King Gazo would be hard enough, but this was even worse. Like I kept on saying, I didn't want to get too involved in any of it, but I doubted I'd be afforded the luxury. In that case, allow me to join the talks. The Eastern lands the Empire calls home used to be my domain. As your diplomatic attaché, I wouldn't hesitate to help with this. Sweet! How reliable she was turning out to be. I couldn't leave something like this to Ciel alone. I could relay whatever solution he came up with, but I'd still need people on the ground to execute it. And even if Ciel was absolutely correct, if the Empire refused to accept it, we'd have to go for something else. Unless we were going to make the Empire a vassal state of Tempest, I didn't think we had the right to meddle in the administrations of other countries. Along those lines, I was sure Testarossa had the mental powers to deal with whatever came up. She did well with the Western nations, and once we came up with our direction, I'd feel safe leaving the rest to her. Okay, see you tomorrow morning then. Very well, I am on the job. Testarosa's smile reassured me once again. I was feeling a tad better. That was all I had for her, so I stood up to see her out the door when... Sir Rimuru! There was one more thing I wanted to report. Oh? As I think you recall, the former Imperial General, Caligulio, had filed a request for clemency. God damn English. That jogged my memory. It was another theory issue, but I didn't see anything impossible with his request. All right, well, why don't we deal with that right tomorrow? Why don't we deal with that right now? Good thing Testarossa had remembered for me. Her attention to detail was another reason I felt so secure with her. So, hoping to finish up that job before dinner, I joined her on the way to our research lab. There were 2 people to go. After a quick meal, I called in Ultima. I was about to die waiting for you, she said all cutesy as she plopped onto the sofa. It made me smile a bit. I'm sure she'd make a darling little sister for someone. It made me want to break out some tea along with a few of my favorite cookies. Oh, you do that for me, Sir Rimuru? Hey, I can make tea too, Not very good tea, but still. Hell, I could even make some coffee. Or, really, I could turn on a coffee maker. When it came to fancier approaches, even Shion could do a better job. It's sad, but that's the truth. Shion was actually pretty decent at making both tea and coffee these days. I tried myself, since it wasn't nice to constantly complain about other people's cooking, but it's harder than it looks. I'd gotten takeout pretty much all the time in my previous life. Cooking a meal from scratch was something I'd 0 experience with. Work kept me too busy for it, and considering all the dishes and cleaning up, it just wasn't worth it, efficiency-wise. So the kitchen in my apartment was just as spotless as when I'd first moved in. I'd buy a cookbook occasionally, figuring I'd give it something... Give me a second. I'd buy a cookbook occasionally, figuring I'd give something a whirl when I was free, but of course I never did. That memory was serving me well now, at least, so I guess it wasn't a total waste of money. Regardless if all it involved was grinding some beans and adding hot water, even I could whip up some coffee. Oh, not at all. I'm more than satisfied with just this tea. It seems she was that happy about it, then so was I. Oh, if she was that happy about it, then so was I. No need to say no to coffee though. It'll take some time, but we can talk in the meantime. I wanted I wanted some as well, so I put a filter in the maker and added hot water. This old coffee maker setup was the work of the Kaijin, and mass-produced versions were now on the market, so the cafes were doing pretty decent business too. The fragrant aroma of coffee beans filled the air as I presented as suave and sophisticated an air as I could to Testarossa. I was sure this would do wonders for my rep. Making good impressions about things like this was so important.
I personally find it petty.
And I personally don't give a crap. This was a broad, advanced strategy, nothing petty about it. Besides, there was no point acting all strong around a bunch of battle-addicted primals who live for war every waking moment. Better to compete with them in a different genre entirely.
Ah, you've already showed your dignity to them well enough, so I feel you do not need to worry.
It's fine, all right. I didn't mean to look dignified in their minds in the first place, but it didn't matter. Let's get back on topic. So, can I hear your report then? Certainly. First, let me give you this. I was given a written outline of her clan's stats.
Name, Varian, EP 8802. Or 882,869. Nice. Race, Demon Peer,
Nice.
Duke. Protection, Violet Clan. Title, Poison Princess's Butler. Alright. I'm trying to clear this phlegm out my throat. Alright. Magic, Dark Magic, Elemental Magic. Ability, Ultimate Gift, Artist. Tolerances, cancel melee attack, cancel ailments, cancel spiritual attack, cancel natural elements, resist chaos attack. Name, Zonda. EP 301,316. Race, Demon Peer, Viscount. Protection, Violet Clan. Title, Poison Princess's Chef. Magic, Dark Magic, Elemental Magic. Ability, Unique Skill, Fusionist. Tolerances, cancel melee attack, cancel ailments, cancel spiritual attack, cancel natural elements, resist chaos attack. Variants, sorry, I just took over and I shouldn't have. I start reading and I'm like, okay, gotta keep going.
I'm not sorry for what I'm about to do. I'm just going to get that heads up now.
What?
Oh,
Veyron. Veyrons.
You
Veyron.
No. It is not Aaron.
Veyron.
Veyron.
Yeah.
Veyron. Strength.
No.
First.
Oh no.
But really,
Where in this does it say EA? It doesn't. It's just Veyron.
Get in the game.
You're not in the game,
Veyron.
sir. This is not. We're not injecting EA into everything, okay?
But EY is still pronounced A.
Yeah, it's pronounced A. So Veyron.
Yeah, ain't that right, A?
All right.
Veyron's strength grabbed my attention first, but what really threw me was Zonda's unique skill, Fusionist. This wasn't in the same family as Shion's wacky master chef skill. Instead, it was designed for situational awareness and supporting allies. Via its fusing process, it could heal any sort of wound on anyone. It didn't meddle with the laws of cause and effect the way Shion's skill did, so that was a relief. Next up, Ultima herself.
Name,
Wait, so
Ultima.
situational awareness? Is this Archer?
Oh,
Phrasing.
crazy.
So are we just not doing phrasing anymore? Is that it? Okay. Name, Ultima, EP 2,668,816. Race, Demon God, Primal Demon, Devil Lord. Protection, Rimur's Protection. Title, Pain Lord. Magic. Dark magic. Elemental magic. Ability. Ultimate skills Samael, Lord of Deathly Poison. Tolerances. Cancel melee attack. Cancel ailments. Cancel spiritual attack. Cancel natural elements. Resist chaos magic.
Ultima, much like Testarossa, had grown a lot, and her magicule count had been constantly rising since her evolution completed. She was well into million-class territory, but how much stronger would she get? I was glad to have her on my team, but too much would be a threat. And we can't forget about Ultima's abilities either. The ultimate skill of Samael gave her hasten thought, universal detect, Lord's ambition, control dimensions, multi-dimensional barrier, detect weakness, craft poison, world of destruction, all geared for killing, huh? Craft poison was the nastiest of them. Combine it with detect weakness, and she could instantly create just the right poison to kill her opponent. But I was even more curious about World of Destruction. It was a vicious world level ability, one that could unconditionally kill anyone and anything except for spiritual life forms. Kind of a supercharged version of my own merciless skill, I think. It wouldn't work against the truly powerful, so maybe it was best to have that one sealed away. Ultima, my apologies. I began pouring coffee into a cup to calm myself down. What about? So, about your World of Destruction ability. Yes? She gladly accepted the cup I handed to her. I had to come out with it now or I never would. You're banned from using it. Alright. I was just thinking that I didn't need it anyway. I guess you really can read my mind, Sir Rimuro. Huh? Oh, yeah, of course, right? I left it off as I internally thanked my lucky stars. I'm not sure why, but I guess Ultima wanted to stay hands off with World of Destruction. But maybe it should have been obvious. She was such a battle obsessed girl that winning every single battle by default probably didn't excite her. If she was willing to accept that, then wonderful. Relieved, I sat down and enjoyed some conversation for a while.
Okay.
Oh,
Shem, back to
I'm
you.
really tripping over my fucking
Oh, for me?
words.
Okay.
I need to start.
Oh, no, wait.
drinking.
No, it's Moon's turn. Sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah, why?
he's been here.
I fucking hell. I don't know why I got it into my head that you'd already read.
That's okay. It's probably because
I
it's been
haven't
quiet.
I
So
haven't read it all.
yeah.
Moon, your turn.
Yes.
Anyways,
It's very confusing without Sonic
my
here.
final interviewee was.
See what you did, Sonic?
Though, to be fair, we're getting interrupted a lot less.
Damn.
I'm doing my best to fill in for him, okay?
No, you stop. Don't you do that. Don't you dare.
My final interviewee was Carrera. Let me tell you, my lord, if you didn't step in to help me, I'm not sure I could have even beaten Kondo. That man was real strong. I could hardly believe he was human. She ended her report with a light laugh. CL had told me this much, but hearing it from Carrera's own mouth made it even more vivid. She had won that battle by the tiniest of margins, and her praise for him was the unvarnished truth. And she was right. Kondo was something amazing, or something else. Benimaru had taken out Benimaru had taken out Granite, number 3 in the Empire's internal list, but even he was pretty wary of Kondo. In fact, he was confident he could have fucking turn the page. He could have beaten anyone in the Empire except for that guy. Taking out a menace like that would have been a feather in anyone's cap, really. But Carrera said it was all thanks to the power she was granted. Receiving my body, surpassing my limits, evolving further from that, I've done nothing but take. I want to repay the favor. I'd like you to understand that my loyalty forever belongs to you. Carrera usually had an arrogant streak, a mile long, but this was probably a more sincere side of her. I mean, a primal demon born in antiquity should really outclass a freshly born demon lord, but regardless of that loyalty, I knew exactly how to reply. Well, keep up the good work then. By this point, if you weren't here for me, our entire court system would collapse. Monsters really did tend to follow the will of the strong. Anyone could arrest a criminal, but judging them required someone powerful to fill the post. I'd like to institute a jury-style system in the future so we could leave cases to the people outside of serious vicious crimes. but that would come once our nation was stable. Tempest was still a developing country, so Carrera's strength was helping me a lot right now. Oh, I'd be glad to. I'll do whatever you ask of me, and I know my clan will too. She seemed to relish the chance. I then looked over her overview of her clan and their stats. To be exact, Agaras and Esperits.
Name, Agara, EP 733,575. Race, Demon Peer, Marquis. Protection, Jean Clan. Title, Tyrant's Master. Magic, True Battle Will. Ability, Ultimate Gift, Blade Transform. Tolerances, cancel melee attack, cancel ailments, cancel spiritual attack, cancel natural elements, resist chaos attack. Name, Esprit or Espirit. We're split on that. EP 552,137. Race, Demon Peer. Count. Protection, Jean Clan. Fucking hell.
Jean.
No, the next part. Title, Tyrant's BFF.
Oh, I love
That's
it.
great.
Magic, dark magic, elemental magic. Ability, unique skill, observer. Tolerances, cancel melee attack, cancel ailments, cancel spiritual attack, cancel natural elements, resist chaos attack.
Pretty good. Like, this met the old standard for demon lords, didn't it? Agara was equivalent to the pseudo-awakened Clayman, and if I had to guess, he'd win if he fought... He'd win if he fought him back then. He'd win if he fought him back then. I really felt like this business of having multiple old demon lord level underlings working for you was wrong in some way. I also wondered what Tyrant's BFF meant. Carrera had given her that title, so I assumed that's what their relationship was. Esprit was kind of like a net-savvy, fashion-conscious teen in some ways, and they certainly acted like fast friends together. It was less a master-servant thing and more like two girls from different years in the same high school. Carrera, it felt to me, treated her clan a lot different than other demons did. But the real surprises came next. Carrera herself was insane.
Yeah, okay, here we go. This is the strongest underling in Rimuru's whole shit. Name, Carrera, EP, 7,013,351, plus 3.37 million for her golden gun.
Fucking hell.
Yes.
It's the golden gun. What do you expect?
This puts
it's a
her
one-shot kill.
This puts her above 10 million. Race.
It's insane.
Demon God, Primal Demon, Devil Lord. Protection, Rimuru's Protection. Title, Menace Lord. Magic, Dark Magic, Elemental Magic. Ability, Ultimate Skill, Abaddon, Lord of Destruction. Tolerances, cancel melee attack, cancel ailments, cancel spiritual attack, cancel natural elements, resist chaos attack.
More Magicules the Diablo? It made my eyes turn into little dots. Her growth had finally come to a stop, but she was clearly on top among my troops. But even scarier was Abaddon. Its abilities included Hasten Thought, Universal Detect, Lord's Ambition, Control Dimensions, Multi-Dimensional Barrier, Surpass Boundary, and Dimension Rupture. Nothing world level, but all suited for attack force.
Jeez.
Dimension Rupture in particular could work its way through distortion fields to kill off enemies. If Carrera combined destructive magic with her own power and topped it off with this ability, only a very few people could withstand it, I think. It could even destroy the floors of Ramirez's labyrinth, which further proved how crazy it was. Frankly, not even I wanted to fight her any longer. You're stronger now? My true feelings fell from my lips. Yes, thanks to you. That and to Kondo for ceding this to me. I want to kill Emperor Ludora for his sake as well. I almost said, right, until I remembered Kondo, too, was being controlled by Michael that whole time. Actually, the real Ludora is no longer in this world. Well, a lot of stuff's happened, but the Ludora you fought was actually a skill that took over Ludora's body for its own purposes. I explained to her that Ludora was actually Michael. The Manus body. She nodded unsurprised. I see. And that's why that bastard Feldway called Ludora by that name Michael. Now it makes sense, my lord. Glad to hear. I definitely didn't want her picking a fight with Masayuki by mistake. Making sure that was clear with her, I ended the interview. But just as Carrera was about to exit, she turned around. Oh, I forgot. There's this thing I needed to tell you about, my lord. Hmm? What is it? I asked, taking a sip of coffee. To be honest, I wasn't sure whether to tell you. If Carrera was this distressed about it, it must be something big. Maybe I should invite her to sit down again. But it looks like Agera was once Hakuro's grandfather.
Yes! I'm so glad you did
Call me
that.
spit take. Yep.
Yeah, good spit take. We're actors here, bitches.
Yeah.
I almost did a comedy spit take there.
No,
that
you
was
did.
avoided just in time. But if it was something that shocking, I wish she wouldn't just float that up on the way out the door. Hey, Carrera. Pretty serious stuff, eh? It's more than I can handle, so I wanted to leave the decision on what to do with him to you. And with that, she smiled and left the room, tossing the ball into my court. I was sure that was a smile of relief, now that the load had been taken off her shoulders.
God damn it.
But I couldn't ignore this news. Diablo and the Demonesses said I didn't need to interview their clan members, but Agera definitely deserved an audience later. He'd have to wait, though, as I needed time to gather my thoughts. For now, at least, the one-on-one interviews were over. I had our meeting with Masayuki the next day, so that was all the work for today. But it wasn't like I needed sleep, so I reverted to my casual, comfortable slime form and climbed under the covers. I always found sitting in the dark like this oddly comforting.
In that case, I will now give you my report.
I'm off work for today.
This report involves my master skills. It is not work.
CL might see that stuff as a hobby, but to me it wasn't much different from work. Not that it'd listen to me. I'm sure I needed to know about it, so let's give up for now. I was actually looking forward to it a little, in fact. Better brace myself. No doubt it was going to be something ridiculous. My latest round of skill and ability integrations went extremely comfortably for me. I wrapped them all up without being forced into sleep mode, and while it took a day and a half to cover everyone, I was still lucid and alert enough to conduct all the interviews I had scheduled. And why not? CL had asked me to invoke ability adjust in the middle of battle, and no way would it allow me to go offline in that situation. If it did, I'd be really pissed off. So I asked CL in my mind to go ahead, and the data began flowing in. So what did we have here then?
Name, Rimuru Tempest, EP, 8,681,123, plus 2.28 million for his dragon sword. So just when comparing the two weapons, adding up to their abilities, he just manages to edge out Carrera. Just barely. But when their two weapons are in use, they're almost even. Yeah. That's crazy. Race, highest level Chaos Elemental, Ultimate Slime. What the fuck? Patronage. Patronage, Grace of Friendship. Title, Chaos Creator. Well, yeah, that's fucking true.
I mean, yeah.
Magic, True Dragon Magic.
Holy fuck.
Yep, right? High level Spirit Summoning. High level Demon Summoning. Others. What the fuck is others?
Everything else they didn't want to bother putting down there.
Oh, don't worry. They're not important. How are they not important?
Ability, Monas Seal. Intrinsic skills, Universal Detect, Dragon Soul Aura, Universal Shapeshift. Jesus Christ. Ultimate skill, Azathoth, Lord of the Void. Ultimate skill, Shub. Yeah.
Say it.
Yeah.
No, I am not. Ultimate skill, Shub. Lord of Abundance. Tolerances. Cancel melee attack, cancel natural elements, cancel ailments, cancel spiritual attack, resist chaos attack.
That's how I turned out. It didn't really feel this way to me, but I was sporting some serious EP there. Add in my straight sword, and I was pushing 10 million. I was well used to this weapon by now, and it sure lived up to its god rating. It had transformed its shape, influenced by the unique traits of my species, and for now I was simply calling it my dragon sword. There were 2 holes in it for upgrading purposes now, so clearly it was evolving without a hitch. I was happy with that. Maybe it'd evolve more if I gave it a more formal name? No way. Forget it. Impossible.
No, this is the one time. Name it. Name it. Name it. Name it. Name
Chin
it.
Maru. What? Chin Maru.
Chin Maru.
Yeah.
God
Yep.
damn it.
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
No. I forget. What the fuck is that from?
That's
It's
from
Konosuba.
Konosuba.
That's
Yeah.
what I thought.
They're
I
trying
was
to figure
like,
out the name of the
that
sword.
Kazuma
sounds
gets that
exactly...
sword and he's like, I'm going to give it an amazing name. And
Chin
then
Maru.
fucking
Chin Maru.
Red Witch bitch is all like, here, I'll name it for you. No, I don't want you to name it. It's going to be something stupid. I already wrote it on here. Fuck!
No, she just said it. She just said Chin Maru. Excuse me?
Do you
Chin Maru.
understand?
And then it goes
do
on
you
the sword.
understand what she just called it? Chin Maru?
Chirp chirp.
No.
Chirp chirp.
No, that is not
Chin
what...
Maru.
No, Chin.
I thought it was Chun Chun. Chin, I know what that is, but
No, it sounded
Chin-chin,
like
I
you
thought it
said
was a bird.
Chin Maru. If she said
no,
Chin
Chun.
Okay.
No, Chin is penis.
Chun. Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah,
say if she
Chun-chun.
called it Penis Maru, that would be fucking hilarious.
It would be really, really funny. I think she
would
called it
also
that.
be fitting for Kazuma, so...
It would be.
Yeah, that's true. She does.
Chin
She does make
Maru.
several references
Alright,
to
anyway, guys.
that. But anyway,
Sorry, moving
Right,
back on.
go ahead.
But yeah, he should name it.
Yeah.
Just
Part of me did want to try it out, but I didn't want just any old name for it. I'd try the name change once I thought up something
dude,
really cool.
name it the Fluffy Bunny. Everybody's been destroyed by a demon's hand or a dark drinker or Alexa, shut up. Or
Okay.
Alexa, stop. Or a soul eater or something like that, right? But nobody can live down the shame of being slain by the Fluffy Bunny.
The Fluffy Bunny. No, I think Chubby Bunny is also good too.
No, Fluffy Bunny.
Chubby Bunny.
It's the old joke, man. All right.
Yeah.
But
That
just
rabbit's
because my
dynamite.
EP
Sorry.
Or name it your mom. You got killed by your mom. Oh, I was
Oh my
beheaded by
God.
what? Your mom.
Christ.
Or name it
just because my
testicular
EP
cancer.
Magicule...
I'm just going through all the Halo names I used in Halo 2 PvP.
Good.
No. Name it Mr. Spacely.
Mr.
Mr.
That's what I
Spacely.
called it.
Spacely
Mr.
Sprockets.
Spacely. Well, you see, my dad sports a mustache, and he's bald only on the top, so
Spacely Sprockets.
he got the look.
Don't look.
Anyway.
Oh, shit. But just because my EP or Magicule count was way ahead of the pack, that didn't mean I could rest easy. Maru, Diablo, and Zegion were hot on my heels, and people like Testarossa and the other 2 demonesses were monsters in battle. Testarossa, after all, gave Velgrind a run for her money despite having 10 times the Magicule energy. It proved that stats weren't as important as how well you used your powers, I suppose, and by powers I meant your Magicule count, fighting level, and abilities put together. In the battle against the Empire, they had all made maximum use of that power. If I wanted to prepare for the battles to come, I certainly couldn't let myself fall behind.
I love how he's like, I gotta be on my toes. They're catching up. Meanwhile, this bitch ate Velgrind.
Mm-hmm.
Just fucking ate Velgrind and consumed her. He does not understand. That shit has not fully kicked in yet. My boy is a true dragon now, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah, he kind of did not catch on with True Dragon magic bit there, did he?
He doesn't understand.
Right there.
He doesn't understand. He just went through another massive evolution. All of these characters probably would have outpowered him, or he probably would have been closer to like Benny Maru's level. He never would have stood a chance against Diablo or Carrera at that point. But no, dude. Your skills are bullshit. They are so fucking broken.
They are, though.
And the way that you utilize them makes it even worse, dude. Like, they could not do the damage that you did to Velgrind. Calm down, sir. You are seriously underestimating yourself. Anyhow.
For now, at least I was ahead of Carrera and clearly living up to my reputation. So let's focus on other matters. The protection I received from Veldora was gone.
It's no wonder that he's tired with all this EP.
EP.
Yep.
He's...
Good.
Yeah, sorry.
The missile is EP.
The missile is EP.
The protection...
Mm-hmm.
The protection I received from Veldora was gone, taking the form of a patronage instead. Had I grown to where I was offering my patronage to others rather than accepting their good graces? Anyway, I'd better quit trying to escape reality. It was fine that my stats got streamlined and all, but I had only 2 skills left. But I had only 2 skills left? Luckily, Dr. CL couldn't wait to explain matters.
First, I integrated the obsolete Raphael and Beelzebub.
Whoa, wait. What was that? What did it just breathlessly spit out? It integrated Raphael, practically my parent at this point, because it was no longer necessary?
Is that a problem?
So I wasn't mishearing this. I knew that, of course, but I never thought CL would go through with it. Like, could CL even exist without Raphael?
Yes, I am already independent, so there's no need to worry.
CL calmly answered my doubts. Even Raphael, something at the core of my being, was just more grist for Dr. CL's mill. Its deeds were a shock to me, but as it was explained to me, this wasn't a big deal because Raphael was a shell of its former self anyway. What mattered was what was inside, and so CL had gone to work. No feelings, no deep emotion. The way it so thoroughly cut away all unnecessary skills was clear to me now. If it wasn't a problem, then fine. But did it need to consume Beelzebub as well?
Of course!
I really should have had it check with me first, I weakly replied, but CL kept on explaining like it knew it was in the right. To sum up, my skills had transformed beyond recognition. It was way more than mere adjusting at this point. I mean, adjusting skills was what it did, but it still made no sense to me. So what were the skills now? The first one, Azathoth, Lord of the Void, was born from integrating Raphael and Beelzebub. Veldora, Lord of the Storm, as well as the just acquired Velgrin, Lord of the Flame, were also sacrificed for the cause. All the related abilities were carried on, however, so CL claimed it was no problem at all. That meant Azathoth contained the abilities Soul Glutton, Void Collapse, Complex Space, Release True Dragon, Flame Storm, Corify True Dragon, Flame Storm, Control Dimensions, and Multidimensional Barrier. My old Summon True Dragon was gone, but turning Release True Dragon on and off had the same effect. Besides, now that Veldora and Velgrin were free, they could come to my side with no magical coercion, so I really didn't need it. Corify True Dragon piqued my interest, and that turned out to be literal. It allowed me to turn the True Dragons into blade cores I could put into the holes in my string sword.
Do you understand how fucking broken this man is? Do you know
he was already pretty fucking broken.
Do you know what the EP is for both of them? It's insane.
Like 10 million plus.
No.
I repeat,
they're in the
70s
and 80s. It's broken.
Yeah, the power scaling is absolutely ballistic.
All right, please continue.
I repeat, it took the massive energy cloud known as a true dragon and condensed it into a little ball for my sword. I was afraid to even imagine what sort of incredible force that would unleash. I'd need their permission for this, but really, I was too scared to even picture when I might need to bust this out.
Do you understand now what this means? You're talking if you put that sword on Rimuru, that 10 million EP he has suddenly turns into something around 160 million.
That's what you're saying. He has a very powerful set of balls.
Do you understand that the strongest true dragon out there is only in the 90 million category?
He's so broken. He was already broken.
No. I think Veldora is the strongest one at 88 million. I stand corrected.
Jesus.
Yeah. Jesus.
Fucking Christ.
Yep.
Ooh.
Wow.
Hashtag please nerf.
No! Don't you fucking dare!
We can't.
Don't
He's the
nerf.
main
Just bring
character.
everybody up to his level. That's what you do.
Yeah, buff everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Make everyone insane.
Better seal it away for now, I thought, shutting it down before I even tried using it. I mean, no way Velgrin would agree to it, but I bet Veldora would be up for trying anything once. That concerned me, so I kept it a secret. More to the point, the real killer abilities here were the ones provided by Azathoth itself. Soul Glutton, a superpowered version of Predate and Glutton, consumes the target's soul and all. Void Collapse, the ultimate destructive force, driving a world of chaos, requires a menace to fully control. Complex Space, a world of chaos, a superpowered version of my stomach and isolate abilities, a prison cell that locks away anything that must be isolated. Controlled Dimensions, gain a grasp of time and space, allowing for instant transport with a single thought. Can even impact time. Multi-dimensional barrier, a multi-layer barrier kept on at all times, provides absolute defense via dimensional faults. Holy shit.
Yeah, he's very strong.
Yep.
That was how Dr. CL explained it. And now things were sounding pretty intense. It tried to do all this to me during battle, even. It's nuts. That talk of absolute defense via dimensional faults, though. Doubt I could trust that one. This was passing itself off as stronger and safer than a distortional field, but there were no absolutes in this world. I wouldn't be tricked that easily. Of course, I should have realized the moment Ranga obtained Hastur that I was due for some serious ability upgrades. So it wasn't a surprise so much as a feeling of sheer exasperation. With Azathoth in hand, I really didn't need any other abilities, did I? The second ultimate skill in my inventory was good old Shub.
Shub.
And those were two
Supreme.
skills this round of ability.
Shub
Or, yeah,
Supreme.
this round.
Yeah. Yeah.
This round of ability adjust had left me. These were clearly power-ups from before, but at first glance, it felt like I had lost some abilities. Haste and Thought for starters, but I could still use that one just fine. What was up with that?
That family of skills, hasten thought, predict future attack, analyze and assess, parallel operation, combine, disassemble, cast, cancel, all of creation, food chain, dominate thought, dominate laws, and transform element are calculation-based abilities that have been integrated within myself. They are thus available for you at a faster reaction time than before. They're literally just part of Seal. Holy fucking shit.
Well,
He just added it to his firmware.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, basically.
Upgrades,
Archive it.
people, upgrades.
Well,
Upgrade.
upgrades. I guess I should praise this as a massive leap forward. Something told me this was going too far, but think I was probably going to need it for the next war. Wimping out now would lead to more losses later. That was the resolve I needed here. If I wanted to enjoy peace in the future, I couldn't leave anything behind, and I couldn't show any mercy. So that rounded out my strength. But how did I stack up with Veldora these days?
Holy shit. Don't ask that question. Don't you fucking ask that question, you ass. Okay,
Yeah.
Shem, after I finish reading this, you're up, because we're going to
Okay.
let you finish up the chapter.
Okay.
Because I didn't give you the full time you normally get, so I'm like, yeah,
Oh,
let's make
that's
it for
okay.
that.
Okay.
Everybody else has
Alright.
basically had 30 minutes at this point.
Mhm.
But we usually give you like an hour, and I'm just like, yeah, let's give him 45.
Okay.
Yeah,
All good.
no problem. Name, Veldora Tempest. Eepy. Eepy.
Very. Yeah.
Very eepy.
Veldora
Yeah.
Eepy.
Veldora very eepy. With a staggering 88,126,579. Now, do you see why it was such a big deal he made friends with him at the beginning of the series?
I can turn them into rocks to put into his sword.
Race. Highest level Chaos Elemental, True Dragon.
Mm.
Yeah. I want you all
Jesus.
I want you all also to know, when they
Yes.
gave the race for Rimuru, he was highest level Chaos Elemental Ultimate Slime. So they are technically the same race. It's just one is Ultimate Slime and the other's True Dragon in the title. Patronage, grace of abundance, protection of the storm. Title, Storm Dragon. Magic, True Dragon Magic. Ability, intrinsic skills, universal detect, Dragon Soul Aura, universal shapeshift. Again, these are some things that are similar to what Rimuru has. Mm-hmm. Ultimate skill.
Really notice?
Nyarlathotep.
Nyarlathotep. Yeah.
Nyarlathotep. Lord of Chaos.
Mm-hmm.
Nyar.
Nyar.
It's a pirate cat. It's a pirate cat. Nyar. Nyarnia. Anyway.
Yeah.
Tolerances. Cancel melee attack. Cancel natural elements. Cancel ailments. Cancel spiritual attack. Resist chaos attack.
Christ. Actually, I'm kind of curious. I know EP didn't exist back then. I'm curious what his first form EP was. Like, was he at like 10 when he first started this?
No. At the beginning of the series, he's still 88 million.
At the oh my god. Okay.
Yeah, well, yeah. It's just he didn't have a lot of control. Is the problem?
That makes sense. And he was sealed, but anyway.
Well, but that didn't stop his.
That didn't stop. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
it was just innate. Anyway, that was his current state. His resistances were perfect, of course, but worthy of note was his off-the-charts existence point count. The only thing you could really do at this point was laugh. All that crap he had while he was being measured, it happened just a bit ago.
To be fair, it's so lucky for everyone that he's kind of incredibly stupid.
It's also extremely lucky that they're friends.
Yeah.
Jesus. It happened just a bit ago. Okay. Right after dinner. I was about to meet with Ultima, so I'd made to stand up and leave when Veldora got in my way.
No wonder Rimuru was okay with, naming fucking all of the Forest of Jura. He had that magical count to go off of.
He had a massive fucking backlog of magicals. Anyway. Rimuru, I understand you've been conferring with Benimaru and his fellows. I happen to be free right now. Huh? I'm busy. Sorry. But I'll play with you when things calm down a bit. Whoa. It's not that. I was just wondering when you'd confer with me. Pardon? I didn't need to interview him. Veldora wasn't my servant or anything, and if I wanted his stats, I could ask Seal for them. But we talk all the time anyway. Do we need anything that formal? What? Stop being such a stick in the mud. Yeah, you need to realize how lonely you're making my master and me here. Great, Ramirez was joining in now. But seriously, we really did talk all the time. And yeah, I'd love to break out my Avatar core and play with you guys, but work's more important. Besides, we were in the throes of war right now, remember? We didn't know where Feldway was, so things had simmered down in the moment. But I didn't want to fully kick back until we at least had our troops ready to intercept the enemy. Stop being selfish, all right? Once things settle down, I'll... No. I don't mean it like that. I've grown stronger, you see. So I wanted to brag about it to you. I know you're busy, so you only need to be with me for a few moments. Yeah, he's right. You're the only one who can produce pinpoint EP readings, so help a dragon out, won't you? What I'm saying is that I can trick Ramirez's measurements to produce anything I want, and I want to prove it to you. That's completely impossible, you. I know I can't measure it down to the ones digit, but you can't fake the entire system on me. Okay. So I was being dragged into an utterly pointless argument. Once I reached this point, they refused to listen to anyone else. It's faster just to play along a bit than defy them. All right. Let's go to the control center then. So I measured Veldora's existence points. The equipment for this was connected to the monitors all around the labyrinth. Only the main panel in our control center could operate it. Steel could synchronize itself with the labyrinth, allowing me to take measurements anywhere we wanted, but that's my little secret. I was short on time, so we quickly trundled over the control center. Right. So I measured my master, and I came up with an EP of 88 million, and that's impressive enough. But he insists he can push that figure higher whenever he wants. I want you to yell at him not to be so full of himself. It was an unimaginable figure. No human could beat him, not even a million class level saint. But was the number accurate?
Yes, Veldora's existence points are exactly 88,126,579.
Pretty close. Measuring these high numbers came at the cost of precision, but since we mostly used our equipment to evaluate labyrinth challengers and invaders, there was no pressing need for a system upgrade. But if Eldora really could cook the figures to say whatever he wanted, it proved there was something wrong with our measurement gear. I didn't want that to go unaddressed, so it was a good thing I'd bothered to check just now. At least this brief diversion wasn't a total waste of time. Now we'd have to see if Veldora really could cheat the system.
Well, my measurements say 88.12 million, or 88.12 million. That's pretty much the same. So are you saying you can bump up that number at will? Or is it underestimating your score?
Either way, I wanted to ask how he'd do it and come up with countermeasures.
It's okay.
How
I
he'd
didn't
do it and
stop
come up
you
with
because I
countermeasures.
thought it was funnier that way.
Yeah, that's fine. He's
I was
just
like, that's
imitating
really
him.
intelligent sounding for Veldora.
He's just imitating him, like, you know. When I asked Veldora for a sample, he smiled the biggest grin ever and removed his coat. Oh, great, I thought.
Put your pants back on, Veldora!
Oh, sorry.
Not that kind of sample. Stool
bead of
urine
cold
or
sweat.
semen. We don't need any of that.
Oh, God. There's true dragon poo, and then there's you.
There's-
Sorry. The bead of cold sweat felt like...
Stool.
God. A bead of cold sweat felt like it was running down my skin, even though I'd stopped sweating long ago. And then that laugh came roaring through.
Quah! Behold and look closely as I unleash my true power.
With a loud, echoing whump, the coat fell to the floor. It was followed by the wrists and ankle bands he had on his arms and legs, all smashing against the floor and leaving cracks. Taking off heavy clothing wasn't going to up the numbers. I'd never let that happen. EP measures the amount of energy within you. It's got nothing to do directly with your battle performance. But Veldora didn't get the message.
Literally just trying to pull a Dragon Ball Z.
It is. It's kind of like a Rock Lee, too. He just stands at the
Mhm.
top and drops the weights.
Well, go ahead. Measure me with that machine of yours. Don't blame me if I break it.
Sheesh. This is embarrassing. I understand what he was trying to do, but it was just too pathetic to watch.
This is the fun. I just made another
Yeah.
measurement, but there is not even the slightest change in his statistics.
Of course there isn't. Veldora, listen to me.
Master, it's still at 88 million.
No,
Sorry.
that's
her,
Ramirez, but
sorry.
that's even funnier.
Yeah. They're all mimicking his voice.
They're just...
It's still at 88 million. Ramirez just stabbed him in the heart with the dagger of truth.
Don't be ridiculous. Rimuru, be honest with me. My EP must have doubled by now, did it not?
I gave him a sympathetic look. I know you can hide your aura, but EP has kind of a different nuance. Then as earnestly as I could... Sorry, go ahead.
He's just trying to make himself more EP.
EP. He just passes out on the floor. Now he's really EP.
Mm-hmm.
Then, as earnestly as I could, I explained that existence points were a measure of your energy store, not some kind of battle level from action manga. Veldora turned bright red upon realizing his error. He's just like, oh. It was an amusing story at this point, but he didn't need to fake anything. This really was an incredible reading. Nothing apart from an ultimate level attack could scratch him. And the abilities he gained were incredible too. Dr. Seal's adjustments had evolved his skill into Nyarlathotep, Lord of Chaos, which included Hasten Thought, Analyze and Assess, All of Creation, Control Probability, Parallel Existence, Investigate Truth, Control Dimensions, and Multidimensional Barrier. That's a wide variety. And Seal's rearranging and organizing them into far easier to tap into. He even gained Parallel Existence.
Let's be real here. With
Oh,
Veldora, he may be able to think quickly, but how much thought is actually going on?
Here's my thing. That's fucking scary. Can you imagine Veldora using parallel existence the way that fucking
Christ.
did?
Like before he fought her? Oh my god, that would be fucking incredible. But
He's going to try to do an after image joke at some point. Like, Cell fighting Vegeta
yeah.
or Goku even.
Yeah. He even gained Parallel Existence. I knew from fighting Velgrin just how much of a pain that was, but with Control Probability in his quiver as well, Veldora really did feel invincible. In fact, he was, as long as I didn't die. His heart core was still inside me, his memories and emotions backed up inside. Between that and being able to launch a separate body at any time, there was practically zero chance of destroying him. The whole EP thing was a laugh, but I truly was glad to have him on our side. So Veldora's existence points are more than 10 times mine, and I likely stood no chance against him. But I still had questions. For one, I'd beaten Velgrin recently. I'd used Predate on her even. Her EP at the time was reported to me as around 26.87 million. I consumed more than 50% of her, by the way. Something like 30% was still in recovery, and that would be restored back to what I ate as well. Seal was certainly careful with this stuff, which I was glad for. My question was that considering all the energy of hers I consumed, my EP actually seemed kind of low. It was more than enough, of course, and I think battle sense is more important, but it was still something I wondered about.
The answer is obvious. The energy you consumed was taken into your body at one point, but it was turned into your blood and flesh and then set free via release True Dragon.
And what does that mean?
It means that my master's maximum existence point value can be accurately defined as the sum of Veldora and Velgrin's EP. Now you understand how broken this motherfucker is.
I mean, he was though.
Okay,
he's even stronger.
So he's 88 million. He's his actual existence points, 88 million plus whatever Velgrind has plus 10 million.
Christ.
Rimuru is fucking insane. Oh, I'm sorry, 8 million. But Rimuru is fucking insane.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Christ. I was forcibly stunned into silence. So when I had released True Dragon turned off, that's when I could break out my full force. But, like, the output's the same either way, so maybe having more energy didn't mean anything. I was sure Valgrind made separate bodies of herself because she maxed out, or what only one of her could produce, too. There's no limit to someone's potential force, but if you can't hit someone with it, it's a moot point. Gain enough to destroy an entire planet, and it gets hard to precisely control it, too. Maximum power, I concluded, meant little to nothing. I should also know that Velgrind's estimated EP when I consumed her was 49,829,987. That was Seal's calculation, and I'm sure it was perfect, but right now her count had gone way up.
Name, Velgrind, EP, 74,350,087. Race,
Christ.
highest level Chaos Elemental True Dragon. Patronage, Grace of Flame. Title, Flame Dragon. Magic, True Dragon Magic. Ability, Intrinsic Skills, Universal Detect, Dragon Soul Aura, Universal Shapeshift. Ultimate Skill, Cthulhu, God of the Fire, Lord of the Fire God. Tolerances, cancel melee attack, cancel natural elements, cancel ailments, cancel spiritual attack, resist chaos attack.
That was Velgrin's current status. She went down by a fifth, only to then go way past her initial value, more of an evolution than merely growing. Her abilities were the same as before after a round of seal optimization, but I was sure she was a master at using them. Cthulhu comprised Hasten Thought, Flame Excitation, Parallel Existence, Control Dimensions, Transdimensional Leap, and Multidimensional Barrier, a real rogues gallery. I had last seen Velgrin several days ago, so I had no idea what she was going through. Presumably, I'd see her tomorrow, and I really wasn't sure how to approach her. She'd be scary if I riled her, so I resolved never to go to her again. My interviews, really a way to check on her current state with Seal, had come to a much appreciated close.
And there we go, guys. That is the end of Chapter 2. We are officially out of that. Also, look how little of the book we have left. Look how little.
Is it? Oh, wow.
Damn.
Yeah,
we are at 70%. So
hey,
I bet, and part of that is probably
this.
the author epilogue.
This is
thing.
literally right here. This is just Chapter 3.
Wow,
that's Chapter
tiny.
3. Yeah.
Probably finish the book next time, maybe.
This is the actual epilogue right here.
Christ, that's very tiny compared to what we've had before.
The rest of this is the present status of all of Tempest's stuff. So basically, Rimuru through Veldora, all of this is literally all the stats we just read, just compiled neatly.
Nice.
Yeah.
A nice little place.
That's literally what it is at the end of the book. So we only have this much of the book left to go. So that puts us at...
We'll definitely be able to finish next stream, I bet.
Maybe. 207 all the way to... No, 207 all the way to 289. So...
Jeez.
I mean, less than 80 at this point.
Yep. Try my damnedest.
207 versus 289, which puts us at actually 82 pages. That's all we have left is 82 pages.
So, at most, 2 weeks.
Yeah. But we got this.
Here's the thing. we will definitely finish the next chapter because it's 207 to 253.
Oh yeah, definitely, most definitely.
So yeah, we've got basically 46 pages to go.
Mm-hmm. That's
before
insane.
we finish the chapter.
Yeah,
and then
that's
the
really
next one,
tiny.
The next one, the epilogue with Guy Crimson, starts at 750 or 257 to 287, I believe. Nope, 289. 57 to, so literally 32 pages. That's what's left in Guy Crimson's epilogue.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, go for it.
So in terms of the combat systems, when somebody teams up with somebody, is their combined EP like what's calculated when they fight somebody? I'm curious.
No, I don't think it.
Okay.
I don't think it adds up or is multiplied by any factors. I think it's just this person.
So it's just internal to that person. Okay.
Yeah.
I think what it was saying is because Velgrind and what's his name, Veldora are out existing and stuff. He technically has Summon True Dragon turned on. With turned off, that is EP he does not have to use because he is storing those two inside him, and he's using their EP, so it adds to him.
Like literally, while they're out there just doing stuff, while they're out there just living their best little dragon lives, his EP is 10 million. But the thing is, because they literally, if he turns that off and they go back to being a part of him, he gains all of that EP. So you're literally adding all of that back up.
That's insane.
Because he consumed them and he allowed them to exist outside of his body. Those dragons are his now. 100%. They're his. And here's the really, really funny part. The things that Michael was doing, because it needed like whatever from the dragons, where you had Veldora and Velgrin, he needed some specific thing from those dragons. Do you think he got it or no? Do you think that Michael managed to get what he needed from Veldora or even Velgrind?
No.
Who do you think has what he needs?
Absolutely not. Reamer.
Yeah. Now, who do you think Michael thinks has those things?
Veldora.
Him.
No.
Veldora.
Michael believes that both dragons still have the things that he needs from them.
Oh, okay, I see. He doesn't know.
Lovely.
He does not know.
It's even funnier. It's even funnier that they were looking around, that they start looking around for angelic skills, and Michael has no fucking clue that Rimuru had 2 angelic skills at one point. That's how broken he is, because all of this, he's like, anybody who has 1 angelic skill is insanely powerful. It's really like, you get 1. Rimuru had 2.
Christ.
Yeah.
He had double the amount of what
he had 2 of them right after he's had 2 of them for a long time, because this is right after he became a demon lord. He got both.
Was Megiddo one of them?
No, Megiddo was an ability he used.
Megiddo is
Yeah.
That's right. That was a long
That's
time
an ability. Ago. That's not even a skill. That's just an ability he created.
Long time ago. Yeah.
He just gave it a name and did it. And
yeah.
And it didn't even require magic to do it. Like, all he had to do was create and keep summoning water. And he could do that with spirits. He doesn't necessarily need magic for that. So it's actually just Rimuru using science that he knows from his old world to do what he fucking did. Yeah.
He was essentially able to use a lot of water and the way it reflects and refracts,
which is
to create very small death rays. Archimedes or no, Michelangelo death ray. I think no, one of those philosophers.
Here's my thing
that he kind of came up with.
Here's my thing, guys. Here's my thing. Yeah. The divine, or the luminaries, the 7 luminaries, one of them literally said that, oh, it's not such a big deal, because if you cast a anti-magic barrier, he can't use that. Here's the problem. Rimuru cast an anti-magic barrier before he even started the creation of like to make it where none of the mages could use their abilities, Rimuru cast an anti-magic barrier and then immediately turned around and used the skill. Like, there were water droplets forming all over the place, so he wasn't using magic. That's the broken ass thing.
Right. It's just a skill. It didn't require any magic. He
Yeah,
just
it
used
didn't.
science.
It didn't.
It's basically science.
It's literally an art. He didn't. Megiddo wasn't a skill. It's an art that he used.
That's right. Right. Insane.
God,
the power scaling in this manga is insane.
Well, no, it's not.
It already
it's,
was
it's
a little
not
insane,
that. It's
and
that
then it
wasn't
got
power
crazy.
scaling. That was
I'm
just
saying,
taking
like,
advantage of the knowledge that he
happens.
had.
Yeah, just like the stuff they have to do to one up the
Power
crazy things that
scaling.
happened previously.
Power scaling is when you
insane.
turn around. Power scaling is when you turn around and say, "I am atomic."
Yeah, okay.
That's power scaling.
Yeah, that's true. I guess Rimuru hasn't gotten that yet, but he's just extremely OP.
Well, guys,
he is so strong.
Guys, thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us for this this episode of Slime. I think chapter 2, as long as it was really good, but it's all made us a little eepy.
Yeah, definitely me. I've been up for a while.
Anyhow, guys, thank you so much. We really do appreciate it, all jokes aside.
Yeah,
everybody that showed up and hung out with us for this late, we are grateful for your patronage. And of course, we look forward to the next 2 weeks, because I think we're gonna get this done before this month ends, which means next month I have to start prepping, because next month we will officially start Mushoku Tensei.
Yeah, because that one you're planning on having like official roles, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's gonna be wild.
Also, just a heads up, I am going to tell Autumn. Oh no, I did tell Autumn. I did tell her. Autumn is going to be. Autumn has been cordially invited to join us if she would like to for the slime readings. But also we got live light novel readings if she wants to join us for Mushoku Tensei. Guys, that's it. That's the show. I mean, here's the thing. We could technically get finished this month and do some gaming stuff at the end of the month. If we do it, if we finish up next week, we will do gaming. If we don't finish up, we're just going to finish Slime. That's just how it is. We're just going to finish Slime.
Just so we start fresh.
Just so we can start next month with Mushoku Tensei.
Start fresh.
Start fresh. Fresh Shavaku.
Yep. Fresh copy.
So are we going to be doing actual auditions for
Are you just gonna deliver roles?
I'm just gonna.
I thought that's what you were gonna do.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna see who's interested, and out of the people, I'm gonna deliver roles.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Because remember, you were like, "Okay, I'm just gonna like give roles to people."
If we do auditions for it, it's gonna take forever.
This is accurate.
Yeah, it will take fucking forever, and I don't want to have to.
It was really difficult to get the solo leveling ones.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. The problem with this be that if we do auditions, I'll have to sit through multiple people doing the same character and having to choose. Whereas I kind of know where everybody's at. And I kind of
like in terms of
and also I just have to be like, hey, here's the announcement. If you want a voice on the Mushoku Tensei light novels thing, give me a thumbs up. If you don't, give me a thumbs down. I will do that in as many places as I can. Yes. And I will say, hey guys, this is the time that it happens. You know, it takes place at
the same time.
You know,
this time,
8 p.m.
on this day. If you are not
8
there,
p.m.
guess
on
what?
Mondays,
you don't get a part.
Yeah, it's good to have people around. We'll have one person just narrating, and then everybody else will be doing characters. We'll be voicing the characters, and that's how we can do it. Like, I think honestly, I just kind of want to sit back and direct this time. And I mean, I'm gonna go back and forth on this. I'm gonna probably have one male reading for the non-character dialogue, and 1 female reading for the non-character dialogue, just so we can break up the monotony.
That makes sense. So you don't have just the same
so we can
narrator.
give any narrators a fucking break.
I also have a question.
So, would we just be like cycling through roles and stuff on a daily basis, or streamly basis?
It depends on how many people are interested. You know.
Fair enough.
But you know what? Having more than just me. And to be fair, when I was reading Mushoku Tensei, it flew. Like, oh
yeah,
man.
the books are shorter, definitely.
The books are definitely shorter. But the content is still really, really good. Also, Moon, you're gonna love.
Interrupting you either.
Well, also true. Moon. Well, I interrupt me. I do that a lot.
Yeah, fair.
But Moon, you're gonna love when we did the. Oh no, the reading's over and now you show up. No.
I wasn't trying to
Get the
do
hammer.
reading.
Anyway,
I had
Moon,
stuff that.
Hush!
Yeah, I know.
Hush!
I know. It's okay.
I'm trying to tell Moon a thing.
Shogeki.
Okay, so Moon, I was watching a reaction to the newest episode of Mushoku Tensei that Reanimated did, and they thought the pregnancy announcement was the turning point. And then they got to the end of the episode, and they were like, well, that wasn't such a bad turning point. And I'm like, you guys think it's over just because the episode ended. Nah, fam. Keep watching. I was like, you think that's the end of the turning point? No. That was the start of the turning point. The turning point keeps going. No.
Unlike the others, which were very sudden, this one's a slow burn.
This one takes its time. But I also love that they accidentally predicted some stuff.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. And said stuff. They were just joking around and they accidentally predicted some stuff. That's beautiful. I love that. But I love how Mad God shows up. I love how the Mad God shows up and no reactor I've seen has trusted the Mad God. They're like, this dude is shady. Get him the fuck out of here. They're like,
with a name like that, what do you expect?
The Man God? Yeah.
It's less the name, more how he looks and sounds.
Dude, the funniest
the Man God.
Dude,
says
what was the funniest thing?
Good.
What was the funniest thing was during their reaction to it, they were like, nah, man, next time Rudy meets up with Orsted, he's just going to be like, all right, I'm with you. We're going to fuck this dude up. Kill him. Let's just kill the bad guy. I'm just sitting there dying, bro. I'm like, yeah, man, that's hilarious. Please do that. All right, guys, that's it. Thank you so much. Thank you to everyone here that joined, except Sonic, who showed up at the end. Yeah.
I made clips. I tried to be there. Like I said, conflicts.
You made clips. I appreciate that. You made clips. I appreciate that.
I tried to be on the stream as much as I could, like in the chat and everything.
Gotcha.
Yeah. That's cool.
No, we saw you, and gave you shit.
I know.
Yeah. Anyhow, thank you to everyone who read for us, and all of you for keeping up. And guys, if you want to check out the content that we're making, on the main channel, please go to the main channel. Slime 9 is out if you haven't seen it. And lastly, if you want to read along with us, we are not a replacement for the light novels at all. Please make sure to go and purchase the light novel volumes that we're reading. We're reading volume 16 right now.
Release.
Yes, please support the official release. And of course, if you do pick up a volume, please leave a review or let them know that we sent you. It really would help us out. That's it. That's everything. Guys, have a good one. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.